It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz?
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Go Cuz. How you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
Everybody, happy Thursday to all across the Delaware Valley. It's the return of the tournament. That's right. The tournament is back tonight, and we're here for Parks Madness to celebrate it as we get games. And the Thursday games are good games, man. These are much better than tomorrow games. The games tonight are really good. We'll go through them. We did it last night for Cousins Corner with the big brain, in case you missed it. We'll have some picks for you as well, and so we'll get into all that. So, of course, we're here for some Parks Madness, but a couple things I want to get to, all right? One, Sixers roll last night, and which was important, and two things. One, Joe had to leave early because of the calf strain that he's been dealing with, so it's a blowout. He leaves early. He's only 16 minutes. They're good, But here's where we stand. You got Harden with the Achilles issue, like me. And then you got Joe with the calf issue. And, everybody says, it's okay. It's just, the end of the season. And, you just want to make sure that they're good going into the playoffs. So, obviously, if it's a health concern, you got to shut him down, right? Like, I don't know the answer to, like, what the issues are with Harden, how serious it is. Is it just tendinitis? I'm not sure. But if there's any, and having gone through it now, if there's any issues when it comes to Harden, then there's no choice because it's not something you don't want to have him play through, and then he's limited in the playoffs. I mean, that's the greatest fear. And obviously, same thing with Joe with the calf. I mean, he's having such a great year that there's no need to force it, especially if you're not going to get the 2 seed. Now, the other flip side of the coin is this. I don't want to give up the 2 seed. I really don't. Now, situations may force me to do that because I'm stuck. Right? I'm sitting here, I'm stuck going, all right, I'm looking at this. We won last night against Chicago. You got Golden State at home, tough team at home. Phoenix on a back-to-back. And even though they don't have Durant, they're just still a tough team. Phoenix back-to-back is tough. And then Monday in Denver, which is always a bad spot because you're going to play 3 games in 4 days and the altitude. So, 2-2 would, on the trip, including last night, would be almost a godsend. If they could somehow go 3-1, it'd be great. The other issue is the freaking Celtics have Indiana and San Antonio. So even though you're right there, you're a half game behind them. It sucks because they have 2 winnable games Friday and Sunday, and we got to play 3 tough games Friday, Saturday, and Monday. So it's going to be tough. Now, obviously, it comes down to you got to beat them here. But I heard, it was funny, I was talking to Devon last night, and Devon's already past the 2 seed. He's already like, listen, it's fine. I feel good about him going in. And, home court doesn't matter. Let's just get the 3 and don't let Cleveland come out from behind and snag it. And I get it because it's more of a prudent take, right? It's I get it, like a prudent deal. But I don't want to I would like to play Boston. Honestly, I would like to play Boston and, with a home court. I think it's imperative to have home court. Going into Boston and they have home court, I'm a little, scared. I mean, I have to be honest with you. I think it's a tough situation. You got to win 4-7, when they have home court. Now, you could say home court's not what it used to be, but I like playing at Wells Fargo, man. I like playing in front of this whole crowd. So I'm not yet ready to give up the 2 seed, even though I'm probably going to have to, especially if that Achilles thing is a little bit more serious or he needs a little bit more rest going into the playoffs, because obviously I'm not going to imperil Harden if for the 2 seed. I need it for the playoffs. So that's a no-brainer. Well, we'll get into that a little bit. The big subject today I really want to tackle centers around baseball. And here's my question, because Tuesday night, the World Baseball Classic, I was riveted, man. It was one of the greatest baseball games that I've ever seen. I mean, it was that good. I mean, you had like 2 incredible teams going toe-to-toe. And even beyond the Phillies piece of it with Turner and Schwarber, it was just great baseball. It was It was a great baseball game. It felt like the playoffs. It felt that good. And then to end it with Trout Ohtani, Trout is the tying run, full count, 2 out. I mean, that's Brady Manning. And it's something I want to get into. Right? Like, that's like toe-to-toe, who has the ball last. Here's Ohtani, who's just an amazing story. Babe Ruth, right? 100 years later, he comes on the scene from a tiny fishing village in Japan. What a freaking story Ohtani is. It's an amazing story. And in fact, I can make an argument that he's almost underplayed with such a great story he is. So you got Ohtani against Trout, teammates, the best players in the game, with Bryce. And it's just a riveting theater. Amazing theater. And so I was having a conversation yesterday with a friend of mine, and who's a national guy, and we were talking about baseball. And I go, dude, baseball's back, man. Baseball's on the comeback. I know in my town, he's out in Chicago. And I go, I know in my town, and he's originally from New York, which is a baseball town. But I go, in my town, baseball's back. And he goes, I still think the younger generation is out on baseball. I don't know how quick. And I go, dude, I got a 10-year-old who that's his sport. Like, I'm around youth baseball every day. I've been around it. I see it. There's a ton of kids playing ball. Now, I don't know now, they're playing a travel ball, so maybe that's a little bit more, people are into it a little bit more. And I don't know how wide it goes. Like, is Little League what it used to be? I don't know. I'll ask the question. But, I know that there's a lot of kids where I'm at in South Jersey that just love the game and are playing the game. And I know it all around the Delaware Valley because I talk to dads all the time about their kids playing baseball. So my question is, and I want to have a baseball conversation because I think it's back. I think baseball is on the comeback. I think the future is bright for the sport. I think as much as I don't like the pitch clock, I get it, and it's probably going to do it well. But I want to have a big baseball discussion. If I'm going to have a big baseball discussion, I got to have my boy, the Tunis.
What's up?
What are you doing? Good morning.
Beautiful day today outside. Gloomy, gross. It's actually not beautiful at all, but I can't wait to talk baseball with you because, I love it. The World Baseball Classic was amazing, and it almost felt scripted with the Trout Ohtani at the end there. But just such a cool way to end it and such a great tournament. I talked a little bit about it yesterday. The beauty of the tournament was the do-or-die nature of it once they got out of pool play, and every game was close. Every game was decided by a run or two, right?
Yeah.
Like there were no blowouts in the elimination games, and that just added to the theater. I think it's so cool that they show so much emotion. I kind of wish that emotion can carry into the regular season of a Major League Baseball game and that not lead to somebody being quote unquote showing off the pitcher or showing up the pitcher, because that emotion was awesome, and I loved how into it the guys were. There are numbers. Some guy named Jared he does baseball stuff. I think he's one of the sports books. I'm not sure which one. He posted the amount of views that the highlights got on social media. By far, 100 times more than the World Series highlights. Like, people were into this tournament. And I get it. It's worldwide, but, it's not like there aren't Japanese-born players or Dominican-born players in the World Series or in the ALCS or the NLCS, right? This is something different. I don't know if that adds to it. Obviously, it does, but people were fired up about it. And I know that a lot of people were into it, and it's going to be great in this city. I don't know about outside of Philly. I really don't.
Listen, when it comes to the sport, it still has some issues when it comes to the disparity between the haves and have-nots. It's easy for us in Philadelphia as a have. You got a great owner like John Middleton who's all in, right?
Who wants to win.
But then if you're from Pittsburgh, I got friends that are from Pittsburgh that are Pirate fans. My buddy Ryan, grew up in Pittsburgh, huge Pirate fans. And, that franchise is as dead as you get. And that used to be a proud franchise.
Yeah, we are family.
The rev sharing, they never understood how to protect the small markets like the NFL.
Yes, you're right.
They could never do that.
Hey,
they
look
could
at the
never get an
Marlins.
agreement.
How many times we talk about the Marlins
it's not
and
fair.
the players that they've had?
It's just not fair. Like, you got to be able to protect them.
Corbin Burns yesterday signed with Boris. You think he's staying in Milwaukee?
No, and that's why, the NFL will always work, because Green Bay can exist.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
As long as Green Bay can exist, and Green Bay is Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like, and that's what the Pirates are. Pirates, no money, and it's a shame.
Yeah, they just sell players left and right.
It's a shame, and that's one issue. So it is a big topic that I kind of want to dive into. And my question to you, and I don't care whether you're 20 years old and you want to call the show and tell us it's too slow, or whether you like it or whatever it is, through the old heads that go, well, baseball was king in my day. Well, where's it at right now? I can't wait. We're a week away.
7 days, baby.
We're a week
7
away
days.
from the start of Phillies. And I got to tell you, I am looking forward to this baseball season more than I have in years.
Dude, Trey Turner.
And I love baseball.
Trey Turner's on the eyes of America, and he's ours. He's our shortstop.
I just can't wait for the Phillies. I can't wait. And again, it's the obvious reason, last year and the whole thing. And you and I always look forward to baseball.
Always.
But now we have like a real hometown reason, and that's a gift. So I want to get into heavy baseball talk. We'll get back to our bracket of food items.
Yes.
Sports food. We'll tell you where we're at there. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis. We're just getting started. A Parks Thursday. That's right. So let's talk about the BetParks. We got games. I'm looking at the BetParks sheet right now. We're for the games tonight. So it's interesting. There is some good ones tonight, and I like Florida Atlantic. I think they can win the game outright. I like Kansas State too. That kid Noel, who is a blast to watch. So check out the BetParks app if you can't get to the Parks Casino or the Great Parks Sportsbook in either Malvern or South Philly. Check out the BetParks app. It's awesome. You got same game parlays and you got all kinds of in-game action. You could bet on the futures. Who's going to win the tournament? Like Gonzaga, 9-1, value. All new users bet $10, get $125 in sportsbook bonus if your first bet wins. All right? We got hoops and hockey, and you name it. BetParks.com has terms, conditions. All right, check it out for all the terms, conditions. New users, winning bets only. Sports bonus bet must be wagered once. See website for details. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Ohio. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
This is Roll. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by the Parks Sportsbook and Casino on Street Road. Watch all the action all tournament long with the Cuz, John Kincaid, and Ricky
All right, 10:23. Parks Madness tournament's back. The games are good tonight, Tunis. These are good games tonight. That's the one thing. You got Michigan State, Kansas State. Do you watch that kid, Noel?
Yes.
I love that kid. He's like a hot dog. Like, he plays with a lot of flair. I love him.
That's going to be a good game.
I think
Kansas State, the Dogs.
Dude, they're a jog. I don't know if it's Izzo love or it's blue blood love. And I usually am, I'm a Sparty fan.
Yeah.
Right? I did T. Mike Reese. He's a party guy. But I think K-State's good.
Yeah, if you hear my commercial that's playing, I have Kansas State in the old parlay.
I think you're right.
Look, I like Michigan State, like you said. There's respect there. I actually watched them a few times. You randomly put on the TV, and you click college basketball, and I watched a few Michigan State games. They weren't all that impressive.
No, they're not. Listen, Big Ten as a whole,
so
not good.
But look, this is one of those. All right, the line should be telling you something, right? But I'm going to go up against it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a Sparty line, but I think K-State. I love that kid. That kid doesn't want to lose.
No, of course not.
UConn, Arkansas. I think that's a good game.
Yep.
I love UConn. I love UConn.
You liked UConn before the tournament started.
I did.
Yeah.
I liked UConn. Tennessee and FAU. Oh, do I love FAU?
Yeah.
This Tennessee team, and again, they got banged up. All right, They're not the same team they were in the during the regular season. FAU is good. FAU, again, they play in a bad conference. I get it. 33-3. All right,
yeah,
all right, but they're a veteran team.
That's the big one these days.
Well, that goes to the point. It's right. You're
a veteran team. If you have a star player on a team like Tennessee or any of these big schools, and they have an off night,
yeah,
your offense is surrounded by this one guy.
Yeah. No, dude, I think they're going to beat Tennessee outright.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, and then the game I can't wait to watch. And
tonight,
I will be watching this game at 9:45, and for the pure basketball appreciation.
Yes.
And that's Gonzaga UCLA.
Yeah,
that's a great game.
It's a great game. Obviously, Gonzaga's been around every single year. They have a great coach.
And I didn't think that this team was one of their best teams.
No, neither did I. But look, they're still playing really well. And UCLA, I actually had them. We all do the bracket. I had UCLA going all the way. So this is gonna be a fun one tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a good game, man. Real good game. So it's just good basketball. So the tournament's back tonight. I like tonight's games better, I think, than tomorrow's games. They're a little off, but
yeah,
it's a tournament's a tournament.
Hey, I'll watch Princeton. Hopefully, they can continue the run.
Yeah, what's funny, and I brought this up yesterday. Let me ask you about it real quick, and then I want to get to the baseball point. But Princeton is 40 minutes from where we live?
Yeah,
in South Jersey.
I claim Princeton.
Because we don't as a region,
right?
Even though that area. The Princeton area, there's a lot of Philadelphia fans.
Yeah.
Like, is that part of the, that's in the Trenton, Princeton, like that area is a borderline area. It's a border town.
So when we were here last Friday, which was the day after they won their first round matchup, and we talked about claiming Princeton, our man Sean from Pine Hill, who's, 3-for-4 guy, Giants fan, he says, you guys can't take Princeton. That's the Giants' territory.
Is it?
Which he shouldn't be claiming anything because he's a 3-for-4 fan, so it doesn't really make sense. I went to Princeton a lot with my family when we were kids. My mom loved that town, going to the little shops. There's this Irish pub that I've taken Christy to now since then, which is like a great spot to have a few beers and some good food. I've been to Princeton actually multiple times.
Have you?
It's not a bad drive.
I've never been there.
Oh, it's a nice town, dude.
I heard it's beautiful.
I could see having a good time. Now, look, there's
how far is it? 40 minutes? 45 minutes?
It was probably close to an hour
Okay.
from my parents' house in Mullica Hill.
All right. I told you it's my Anthony. I wanted Anthony.
No, I mean, look, I used
play
to go there a lot. My sister did a lot of singing and choir stuff, so they were actually up there a lot doing performances. So I was in Princeton a handful of times.
No, I get it's Ivy League, right?
Town,
so it's not Penn State, right? So I get it. But it is really close. Like,
yes.
You're talking about. But yet we've never, and maybe because it's the Penn rival, and we're Penn, we're Quakers, and that's what it is. But it's interesting how Princeton's never kind of been, even though if you go to the map of the land.
It's 26 miles from here.
From Parks?
From Parks, yeah.
So the land itself, right? The land would have to include that area. That's got to be right around the border, is it not?
It's past Trenton. It's north of Trenton. I don't know. That might be tough.
Is there people?
But we got East Windsor, and that's our man Mitch. Mitch from East Windsor. He's a caller. It's near there.
Well, what is the what's the rule? Like, I need the rule. Like that region. Where does the New York fandom and our fandom collide? It's right there.
It's south of New Brunswick.
Well, see, to me, New Brunswick is New York.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's south of that.
So I always thought it was like exit 9, Turnpike or whatever?
That's a good question because this take me Route 1. Princeton Junction.
My boy, Coach Paisan.
He's checking in.
His son goes to Princeton High School. His sister lives there. Giants fans, 80%.
Okay.
So that means no, we cannot come in.
Wow.
I trust Coach Paisan.
I'll still root for him. It's a nice story.
Yeah. Okay. 80% Giants fans. Listen, he knows. So, all right. Where does the border? Trenton is the border?
For the Land?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's north of Trenton.
Even T. Will says it's a mixed bag there. He said there was good food up there.
Yeah. No, good spots. I've been up there a couple times. Yeah, good restaurants.
Yeah. I thought it was more of a true border town. All right, let me ask you. Let me get to this baseball thing.
Please.
All right?
I'm in.
Because I want to have a long discussion about this today. And I want to go at it in multiple facets, meaning I need if you're a college kid, you're a college dude, you're in your 20s and your 30s and you're just a sportsman, where does baseball rank? If you're older and then we have kids, what about your kids? Are they into baseball? Because again, the youth baseball market is, I don't know because I'm in it, it feels bigger, but it feels like, every kid's playing baseball.
Yeah, every kid is playing baseball, but I think that's almost a rite of passage, right? You sign up your kid for the local little league, and then a lot of kids don't continue to play. Now you're in a different level with Moss, who's doing travel ball, and there's lots of kids, right? And there were tons of kids when I was playing too, at my age. So it's still there, but I think a lot of kids love playing it more than they enjoy watching it, right? Like I think that's a big thing. Is I like playing the game more than I do watching it. I know a lot of kids now adults, but I knew a lot of kids like that when I was a kid.
Well, I don't know though. I mean,
is Moss into every Phillies game or a Phillies game? Other than World Series.
So he's
playoffs.
into Phillies. So he's excited. He's not like I was.
Right.
Like when I was that age, I mean, I knew the lineup inside and out.
Right, exactly.
When I was younger than Moss just turned 10.
Yeah.
So Ant likes the Phillies, but he's more Eagles and he's more football. I don't know if that's because he plays it, but he's way more that. But when I was like 6, 7, 8.
Right,
I
you
remember.
knew the lineups. Yeah, you knew all that kind
I
of
mean,
stuff.
I could sit there and do, and tell you Bake McBride and Gary Maddox and,
Yeah.
of course, Boa Schmitty. You go around around the horn, Rose.
Now, I'll
Manny
say
Trio.
part of that is you had a good squad to grow up with,
Yeah,
whereas Moss didn't.
right.
Right now, look, obviously now he's got a great squad. They were in the World Series last year.
That's a great point.
But during those heydays,
Yeah.
that 6, 7, I mean, look, that's when I got into sports, right?
Right.
Iverson gets to the championship game when I'm 7 going on 8.
Right.
I loved baseball to begin with, but, Iverson really got me into basketball. And look, they got to the finals, my local team. The Eagles, I had a run of 4 straight NFC championship games to really get me into the Eagles and into football. Moss and Ant didn't have that with baseball. It was a 10-year drought.
Yeah,
And it was 10 years of dreck.
But listen, my whole life, though, I mean, shortly after that team, I was a little kid.
Yeah,
when
but
the
those
Phillies
are your
won.
early years where they're trying to grab you.
But then they were terrible afterwards.
I know, but you were already grabbed at that point. And then you were too young and
they were
naive to
bad.
realize that they were going to be bad for an extended period of time, i.e. 10 years from 83 to 93. Right? You weren't
So it didn't
realizing
matter?
that.
It didn't matter then?
No, dude, I was excited for, Doug Glanville, right, when I was a kid, right? Like, I was excited for all those kinds of players just because I was a Phillies fan, and there was at least some buzz because it was, the Jim Thome and all that kind of stuff, and the new ballpark was coming. Unfortunately, Moss was robbed of that.
Yeah.
Now he's into it.
Yeah. Interesting. I get so.
Like there are kids. So it was great. Yesterday was a beautiful day, and I'm walking Coop and pushing the stroller.
In the neighborhood woodchuck.
Yep. And there's a kid playing hoops, which I thought was awesome, wearing an Iverson jersey. There's no way he knows.
He was little Tunis.
Yeah, there's no way he knows 10% of Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Right? But he is growing up in a time where the Sixers are a favorite for a lot of people. So now he's like, oh, man, I got to know all the old Sixers players. Who's this guy in the Hall of Fame? Who's Allen Iverson? So that kid is being attracted to the Sixers because of his age. Coach Camille, his son Cam, huge Sixers fan. Now, he's a big soccer player, but huge Sixers fan. Why? Because he's growing up during the heyday of the Sixers.
Yeah, but true. Also, basketball, because of the movement,
Yes.
is a lot easier to attract.
Yeah, and you can, you see your favorite player on the court pretty much the whole game.
As
opposed to baseball, you wait, 3 innings till their next time up to bat.
But again, I'm not sure. I'm just curious if kids are into it right now. Like if you're like where because I had to disagree again. It was a disagreement. The guy is a kind of a sports dude. He does radio, TV, national, and we were talking about this, and he's like, nah. He goes, baseball's still third. And I was like, dude, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's a code 2 with the NBA.
I don't know if that's true.
No?
No, I think there's such a popularity with basketball. And I know basketball, I think, has lost its luster a little bit. Remember, it was like really big 4 or 5 years ago. And there was all the talk of could NBA's popularity, could Sixers' popularity
overtake the NFL.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that's gone away. The NFL
I mean,
is
quite
just
frankly, I
all over it.
Yeah, quite frankly, I like that stuff. I view these sports like my children.
Yes.
Like I can't, I could never choose between.
No, I know.
Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. Like I love these sports.
Right.
So I can't do that. But I don't know. I mean, I think baseball, and again, it's hard because our area. Now, if you take our area, around the country, especially like in the western part and Florida and the South, kids play baseball year round.
Well, right. The weather allows
Texas.
it. The weather allows it, which is a big part too.
Right. So baseball has has immense popularity.
Yeah, it does. Oh, for sure it does. Look at Team USA. They get to the championship game of the World Baseball Classic. Like they're pumping out a lot of good talent.
I just think it's like that was such riveting games, that World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I saw a great tweet this morning regarding the pitch clock, right? And I know you're not a fan of the pitch clock. I am. I think it's going to speed up the games, which I think ultimately will actually help the sport out a little bit. but a guy put out a tweet, and it was spot on. And MLB actually sent out a memo yesterday. They're not making any changes to the pitch clock. The pitch clock will be the way that it was in spring training, the entire game, the entire regular season, including the playoffs. But he said they should get rid of the pitch clock in the 9th inning because that Ohtani Trout at bat, every pitch would have broken the rule.
Dude,
and that was theater.
Yeah.
You're sitting there hanging on to every pitch.
Like you can't do that. You can't do that.
In the 9th inning, they should take it out in the 9th inning.
You got it. You can't do it.
There's theater to it.
Listen, I whatever. I'm going kicking and screaming, all right? And I understand where you're coming from with the pitch clock. And if it helps the game, if it grows the game, then I'm all for anything, right? Because I want the game to be popular. I love the game.
2.5 hours long, and remember the games are starting at 6:30 now.
I love the game.
You're done at 9 o'clock.
All right. I mean, I don't understand this incessant need. Like, whatever time I'm going to a game. So it's not like I got places to be.
Right, but I think it's also the home draw for the kids. It's for the children.
Listen, part of the fun for the kids is them staying up late.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
but take it to a game. Take it to a game. Whether the game's at 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
6 nights a week. There's some parents that are going to say go to bed.
All right, whatever. I mean, the games are starting earlier now, though.
I know, 6:30, and if it's 2.5 hours, it's done at 9.
So what do you care about? Like, I'd like to listen. I'm good for the 6:30 start. So, but God forbid the game's 2:45. Like, who cares?
Not 2:45.
Yeah,
it's 3:45.
All right. Well, every once in a while, you're going to have those games. I mean, what's so big? Anyway, look at this. Look at this number. 97% of all televisions in Japan were tuned into the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what it was here.
97%.
Yep.
Here it was
50.
We had 6.2 million viewers. It's good, 5.2 million. 5.2 million.
Yeah, that's not much.
Well, not compared to 97% of all televisions in Japan. That's amazing.
There's also more. I kind of touched on this yesterday. You and I have talked about. There's more country pride in some areas for some sports.
Yeah, I get that. Listen, I understand that. I'm not worried about international growth right now. I'm more worried about where we're at here when it comes to the sport, because we have an amazing, situation going on with the Phillies. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to grow here. This year is going to be a lot of fun. I had a caller yesterday, Ian in Buckingham, I believe he was from. And he called in and he said, yeah, man, I already bought, I forget how many games worth of tickets already. And I was like, so have you been in, or are you coming back? He said, I'm back. Like, he was one of these guys that for a long time stopped going to games because what's the point? Why am I wasting my money? It's just like the Flyers fans now. It's just like the Sixers fans during the process. But it's cool to see that some guy that has been checked out, not checked out in the Phillies, but not going to, spend his hard-earned money on going to a game for a team that's not going to win, he's now back.
All right.
And now there's going to be 35-plus probably every night.
I believe that. I just want to know where you're at with baseball, man. Where you guys are at with the game itself. Real quick, Clayton, I'm working in Princeton right now listening to you guys. Plenty of Eagles flags flying in the area during the Super Bowl run. This is a border town, but we need to claim it. Christy, I live in Hamilton in Mercer County with Princeton, East Windsor, etc. She said it's halfway between Philly and New York City. Princeton's got a lot of New York transplants, so it leans New York fandom. She said Bordentown might be the dividing line.
All right, well, hold on. We got Mike checks in. Princeton, area code 609, which is a Philly.
Yeah.
And Tristan checks in with the Google Maps.
Yeah.
If you're going Philly v. New York, right, Philadelphia versus New York City, Philadelphia is 7 miles closer to Princeton than New York City is. How about it?
Wow. James, meanwhile, on Instagram says, my son and his buddies don't even talk about baseball, only NFL and NBA.
Yeah.
Well, let's discuss it. I'm curious and see, kind of where we're at. I want the game to make a comeback. I could be in the wrong, could be my leading with my heart. but I'd like to discuss it. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's a BetParks Thursday. Tournament continues. 16 teams remaining here tonight's games. Michigan State, all right, which knocked out Marquette, 1.5 point favorite, now up to 2 against K-State. More money coming in on K-State. I'm confused because I don't think this Sparty team's that good. K-State's tough, all right? They got a big-time player in Knoll, and they come from the Big 12. Can UConn, 4-point favorite of Arkansas? I love UConn. I think UConn's legit. 9 o'clock tonight, Tennessee, which beat up Duke, and I think that's why people are looking at Tennessee. Go inside it, FAU. All right, FAU is legitimate. All right, I'm telling you, Tennessee's going to make it ugly. FAU can win this game outright. And then in the Golden game, UCLA 1.5 over Gonzaga. I like Gonzaga, but I do think it's too tough to call. It's going to be a great basketball game. But you can bet it right on the BetParks app. It's fantastic. See the website for all the details, all the new promotions going on. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Ohio. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. and Sportsbook, which is fantastic as we hang out. So I also, Tunis, have with me the bracket of the junk food bracket.
Ah, yes. It continues.
Right.
I missed it yesterday.
Yes. So we will, that will continue as it goes on, as the day goes on.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll give you some games. In case you just joined us, we're talking baseball. We're talking the borders of the land because of Princeton. But people talking a lot about, lacrosse. In fact, a buddy of mine says a lot of lax love
there is.
for kids, which really hurts baseball.
So when I was playing at Clearview, we had a couple of kids that were good ball players that instead of playing their freshman year of baseball, they went right to lacrosse. We had another kid who was really good our freshman year of baseball. He then said, you know what, I'd rather play lacrosse, went to lacrosse. He had a good season and then said, I want to play lacrosse. Right? It's not like I'm overmatched in high school. No, he had a good year.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was playing JV as a freshman. I want to play lacrosse instead.
Yeah.
It's more fun.
Yeah, I got to tell you, so Moscow had practice Tuesday. It was first outdoor practice. They've been indoors, for
time,
since
man.
December.
Dude, it's March 23rd, man.
I got to tell you,
opening day.
I know. We're a week away from opening day.
Yes.
And I don't know. I love it, man. I love that game. I just think the game is just a beautiful game. Everything about it. And I could be completely off base, and I could be, I could be too inside it, which is my fear. But I think it's making a comeback. I do. And maybe it's because the World Baseball Classic was so great, or the Phillies are relevant here, but it feels like it's making a comeback. Now, another buddy of mine, one of our friends, Vinny, says one of the things that hurt baseball was they didn't have a great video game. And then when the show comes about, it catches it up.
Yeah, but the show has been around.
Well, no, because there was a lull in the 90s, early 2000s, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the show really takes steam when?
Well,
05, 06?
So 06, I had the show, which had Ryan Howard on the cover, if I'm not mistaken, or it was David Ortiz, one of those two, because I had an 06 and I had 08. But there were other big baseball games. People keep on saying that 2005, I think it was All-Star Baseball or Triple Play, whatever it's called, is one of the greatest baseball games of all time. I had Ken Griffey baseball in the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. I told you there was a baseball video game in the arcades when I was a kid.
I remember you telling about this.
I loved it. It was like my first. It was like it was in Wildwood.
It's awesome.
And I used to love this game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it had the players.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And I loved it. But again, I don't know. His point is that there was a lull which created a little bit. You had the strike, then you had the lull. Like the basketball games, 2K and Madden's always been Madden, and had really, really like helped the other sports just lap baseball. Baseball didn't have a really cool video game like it does now. And even now, I love the show. The show is unbelievable.
So cool, yeah.
Right? And it, kids play it like monsters all over.
Yeah, no, look, and it's gotten a lot better, right, with the next-gen consoles, and Madden has actually gone down a peg for a lot of people. There's been more complaints about Madden, so maybe they like the show so much that it's helping the popularity of baseball. Maybe it's a good point. I just know I've been playing baseball games my entire life.
Right. Well, again, they don't need you or me.
Right.
They need other people. Let's go to Tony. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Tony.
Good morning, cuz. How you feel?
Hey, Tone. What's happening, buddy?
Man, I agree with you locally that baseball is back. I'm like you. I'm over 40, and I played the game, Little League, the whole nine. But there's an elephant in the room that baseball and even the Phillies are dropping the ball, man. It's not enough emphasis on putting baseball funding in the black community. Yeah. I mean, just because I'm having having a sort of back and forth on Facebook with one of my friends because he said it's blasphemy that Bryce Harper over Embiid for the best Philly athlete. I said, bro, do you realize Bryce Harper was batting over 500 in the postseason? This guy's won MVP, took his team to a World Series, but it's such out of touch with the black community. Yeah. And I love the game. It's just like I think if baseball and the Phillies, especially in this city, will put a little bit more emphasis.
I agree with you. By the way, baseball, you're right, and equipment and coaching and it's a lot. It's a lot of resources. I agree with you. I think there needs to be a more concerted effort in African American community, in the inner city in general, right? Like you got to have more. You know what's funny? Tone, I was watching. It was on. I was watching. You Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. You ever see that movie? Right.
No, I didn't see it. I haven't seen it.
All right, so it's funny. It was a comedy, right? But it's about this family this African American family is having this reunion and the whole thing, right? And it's all great comedians. It's good. It's good.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, right? Cedric's in it, all the stuff, right? But the thing is, they're doing the family reunion and they play a baseball game, and they were talking about baseball as this reverent game, and I found it interesting about like this because there's a lot of older African Americans that love baseball,
like myself, cuz you won't believe last year's Phillies run. I'm spending too much time going back and forth with my people because they're saying the Phillies don't have a black player on the team. I said it's not just a local thing. Like baseball with the African American community, as far as black players, there's not enough black players in the game. It's not that and so that's the thing in the African American community.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think you're right.
We're kind of detached from it because there's.
It's a shame because it's a shame because again, it's such a great game and it's good for kids.
Yeah, it is.
Occupy kids. And
some of the greatest baseball players of all time are African American, but it's just right now it's such a lull in the community.
I hear you. I hope I hope it makes a comeback in all communities, but especially the African American community, because you're right about it. Thanks, babe. Appreciate the call. Because you're right about it.
I love.
Yeah, you're right, Tone, and it needs, and it's good for kids, man. It is, because it's again, you need a lot of kids, and it's a lot of kids. It's activity. It's good. I think baseball's good for, all communities, all childhood.
But you're right. The equipment thing is the big part of it. How many times have we talked about this? You buy one bat,
coaching
sets you back $400.
It's ridiculous.
When I was in high school, we played a charter school, and they had nothing, dude. And so my coach at the time, Coach Cornacchia, he was a great man. He gave like buckets of baseballs to them and like old helmets, right? Because we were using our own, but we had the shed near the varsity field, and he just gave them a bunch of gear because they had nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were sharing gloves and stuff. And this, this wasn't 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? This was 10 years ago. But it's a shame. I mean, the equipment's just so freaking expensive.
Well, it's true, and that's, the equipment's one thing. And all right, we'll get to everybody. Just sit tight. Maddie, do me a favor. You handle. Don't even worry about it. I don't even look at it. Don't even worry about it. I can't even deal with it. Just look at Matt. You handle the callers. Text me the callers, and we'll worry. You handle the call screen. And also, we got to talk to Brendan. I need Brendan here.
Yes.
All right, who is one of our street teamers, and I feel for him. And it's the case of the lost cat.
Ah, yeah.
All right, so that's also coming up. So everybody sit tight. Tunes, open the vault.
When we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
All right, today's a random vault, man. Well, shocker, most are, but it's a random vault because of random statistics and random stats in sports. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it was brought to my attention yesterday that Kyle Schwarber did something in the World Series and then, continued it with the World Baseball Classic that no one in baseball has ever done before. So I want to play. This was from Game 3 of the World Series. Kyle Schwarber hitting a home run.
Pitchers that have been known to have given away pitches. Schwarber flies it to center field. McCormick's going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. Gone! Wow! Monstrous blast!
So that was Schwarber.
Monstrous blast.
Do you know that Kyle Schwarber
Schwarbomb
is the only player in Major League history to hit a home run in both the AL and NL wildcard games, ALDS, NLDS, NLCS, ALCS, and the World Series?
Really?
He's the only player in Major League Baseball history, and he continued to add to his ridiculous statistic by hitting the home run in the World Baseball Classic finale. So this guy has hit home runs in basically every big game that you could think of.
You know what's nuts about Schwarber? Yeah, why didn't? Well, first of all, I never understood why the Cubs would let him walk.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Boston. All he does is hit home runs in Boston.
They let him go.
And it was like, and I remember people talking about Schwarber going, I wouldn't invest in Schwarber.
I don't understand it.
Meanwhile, all he does is hit bombs.
Now, I remember.
What was the problem?
So I remember saying when they signed Schwarber, the Phillies did, I said, okay, what's next? You need one more. And that, of course, was Castellanos. And we found out what ended up happening. Schwarber hits 40 bombs last year, and Castellanos has a down season. I was excited for the Schwarber signing, but I needed one more move. And you did that with Castellanos, and it didn't really matter because they get to the World Series regardless. But yeah, Schwarber's a big piece on any team.
Yeah, I just didn't understand it. There was like blowback. Like, what? Like, what? Oh, he does hit bombs.
Yeah, anyway. I didn't understand it either. But yeah, so that crazy stat made me think of, all right, what are some of the other more ridiculous stats in sports that you could think of? Now, there's some that I can't get audio of, like, Gary Maddox throwing a complete game, or Greg Maddox, excuse me, 76 pitches, right? There's some stuff that I'm not going to get, but
76
pitches. That's now a pitch count. That's a limit for some people.
27 outs on 76
How
pitches.
crazy is that?
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. But so I have some random stuff for you. So let me start off in 1996. We're going to go Desmond Howard and this kick return for a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
And I think it's starting to get warmer on the field, and the players are starting to feel it.
Starting to get warmer up here.
It sure is.
Vinatieri. Kick goes to Desmond Howard at the 1. Desmond Howard is off. You better turn it on or he's gone. Desmond Howard all the way into the Patriot end zone. As soon as they get back in it, Green Bay takes it away. 99 yards. The longest ever in Super Bowl history. 99 yards for Desmond Howard. It had been by Fulton Walker.
You need momentum changers. You need momentum plays. You need momentum change players. And that's what Desmond Howard was right there.
Dude. If I just
voices.
I do know.
I could just tell.
Dude, you nailed it because I'm not even paying attention to what they're saying. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
And hearing the voices. Dude, if I told you that Summerall and Madden just make me smile.
Yeah, definitely.
It just brings me back to my childhood, and it just is a gift.
So not only did Howard have the longest kick return for a touchdown, Desmond Howard won the MVP that year solely for special teams.
Yeah.
So Desmond Howard, the only player in Super Bowl history to win the MVP, Super Bowl MVP, just because of special teams. So 1999, 3 years later, we have another crazy stat: 2 grand slams, 1 inning.
Oh,
by that Fernando Tatis Sr.
Yes.
Power against power here. A fastball to Tatis with the bases loaded, no one out, 2-0 the count. That would be my guess, and I think that's what Tatis is looking for. Let's see how they play it. Park is set. He kicks and delivers. Fastball, and it's a grand slam. Woo! We see who powered that one. A grand slam home run, and the Cardinals lead it 4-2.
That went over the bullpen. That went over the back wall of the bullpen.
No, I don't think it went that far. Did it, Joe?
It disappeared behind the wall.
Woo, there wasn't any doubt about that.
Did you hear how quiet this place got?
Oh, yeah, they just, wow.
That was McGuire distance right there. That was smoked.
I mean, it went a long way for Tatis's 5th home run of the year. A grand slam. Tatis could make it an 11-run inning here in the 3rd. Cardinals have already scored 7. In the pitch, the runners go 3-2. Tatis swing and a long one. There it is, folks. Baseball history. A second grand slam home run for Fernando Tatis in the 3rd inning in Los Angeles, California, and the Cardinals lead it 11-2.
How crazy is that? 2 grand slams in one game.
Unbelievable.
We get excited for 2 home runs in one game.
I know.
2 grand slams, one inning. 1 inning. Amazing.
Yeah, ridiculous.
All right, so there's that one. Now we go to 2014. Here's an Alex Smith touchdown pass to Travis Kelce.
3rd and goal with the big man Poe in the backfield. And blocking Wolfork as Smith throws for the touchdown to Kelce.
Andy Reid brings in a 350-pound fullback. Why not throw a play-action pass? Unbelievable array of formations, personnel groupings, and execution. Reverse pivot. Kelce.
So Alex Smith threw 18 touchdown passes in the 2014 season. Here are the people that caught them. Anthony Sherman, Niall Davis, Joe McKnight, Anthony Fasano, Travis Kelce, and Jamal Charles. 18 touchdown passes, not one
that's wild.
To a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's wild.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Like, you think of football nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And this was 202014.
It's unbelievable.
This isn't 1970.
No, I remember when
this
Andy
is
did it.
2014.
We talked about it at the time. Because remember here with the bad receivers.
Yes.
Right? That we always had.
You'll hear that coming up soon, too.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Yeah.
18 touchdown
That's
passes,
insane.
not one goes to a wide receiver. 3 years after that, we go to hoops. How about Draymond Green getting a triple-double without a single basket?
Yeah.
To go along with all the other superlatives at the defensive end.
Draymond's done it. There's the new Warrior franchise record. 10 steals and the first triple-double in franchise history, not including points. 10 steals, 10 assists, 12 rebounds.
What a triple-double.
Historic night for Draymond Green.
What a triple-double. It comes back to him as Tony Allen makes the drive, and he just swipes it again.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
That's crazy.
You know, that's insane, dude.
And then the last one, you kind of touched on it. Here's Carson Wentz to Miles Sanders in 2019. Remember, he throws for 4,000 yards and does not have a single wide receiver with over 500.
3rd down and 7 for Philadelphia. Wentz looking, swings it out, and the Eagles convert on their opening possession. It's Miles Sanders in for the touchdown.
Miles Sanders in for the touchdown.
Look, I know Wentz is a mess, right?
Yeah.
But you think about it. So here you go. Here are your leading receivers. Ertz, 916. Dallas Goedert, 607. Miles Sanders, 509. Alshon Jeffrey, 490.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, Alshon only played 10 games that year because of injury. But still, you don't have a single receiver with over 500 yards, wide receiver with over 500 yards, and you still throw for 4,000. Aguilar, Greg Ward, Boston Scott, Arcega-Whiteside, Deshaun Jackson for 6 seconds, Mac Hollins, Josh Perkins, Jordan Howard. I mean, just look at those names.
Dude, as bad as that is, go back to 2000 or 1999 and 2000 and look at the receivers.
Oh, yeah, I imagine.
All right? Then you see how we went nuts without receivers
Let's
back
see.
then.
Your leading receiver was a wide receiver, that Torrance Small.
Yeah.
655 yards. Yep.
Yeah. Horrible. Charles Johnson. What was the
Charles Johnson was second.
2000. Because 2000 was probably Chad Lewis or
let's see, 2000. Let's Let's go down. I'm on the old Pro Football Reference. Your leading receiver was Chad Lewis.
Chad Lewis. Deuce was up there.
Followed by Charles Johnson and Torrance Small.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It really is insane. It's
Yeah, it's nuts.
not the greatest times in Philadelphia receivers.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's a Thursday right here. We'll come back. Lots to get to as we hang out. Parks Madness. This is awesome.
The Fanatic.
Dude, how about this? You mentioned crazy triple doubles.
Yeah.
Mark Eaton. You know that name?
Uh-huh.
He was one of these 7-footers for the Jazz. Big stiff. Actually, he actually wasn't a stiff. He actually was a good rebounder for his time, too. He had 12 points, 20 rebounds, and 14 blocks.
Wow.
Yeah, he was ridiculous. Nicholas Batum, 11 points. He got a Ben Simmons one, 11, 12, 11 assists. I thought there was one with steals. Because I'm looking at these crazy triple doubles. How about New Year's Eve, Harden against the Knicks? First player in NBA history to post a 50-15 game.
Wow.
53 points, 17 assists.
Oh, my God.
And 16 rebounds.
When was this?
New Year's Eve, where is it at? Or 2000. I don't say. It just says New Year's Eve. Don't say what year it was. How nuts is that? That's a pretty good one.
I want to know who he had those 17 assists to.
17
assists. Trevor Ariza.
Dude, he was like a ridiculous. When it came to just stats, Harden was out of his mind.
All right, hold on. I got the box score up. All right. So Melo was on the Knicks at the time. All right, so Harden, 53 points, 17 assists. Dude, how about that? Ryan Anderson was your second leading scorer with 25.
Wow, you got to be kidding me.
Trevor Ariza finished with 14. Montrezl Harrell with 13. Corey Brewer, he was a cult classic here with the process days. And Eric Gordon finished with 15.
All right. That's wild.
That is crazy.
That's pretty
and
cool.
16 boards. It's ridiculous.
All right, let me get back to the phone. A lot of people hanging. I want to get to everybody coming up. Johnny, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Good morning, John.
How y'all doing?
What's up, buddy?
So I wanted to touch base on the baseball thing. I'm 31. I was in high school when they won the World Series, and I was always a football, basketball person. I was just homegrown from there. Played football in high school, and basketball when Iverson was here was just out of this world. My whole family gathered in the living room to watch that.
That's the best, right?
So baseball was one of them things I never really learned. I'm still learning. Last year was probably like the first year I actually sat down and watched majority of the season. And then when they went on that run, it was just like, it was magical. The music, the atmosphere.
Oh, dude, I love it, man.
It felt surreal. It felt surreal. And
it was.
This year coming up, I'm hyped. I'm buying my first Phillies jersey. I'm getting my whole house jersey. I'm getting a Trey Turner one. It's just like when Bryce came and then the hype of the city, I do think it's an uptick with baseball. I think it's going to take a couple years, though, for it to catch basketball. I know the Eagles are going to always have the city. If the Sixers, which I do think they will win this year, we had our runs with the Eagles, with the Phillies. Somebody got to win it this year. If they do win it this year, I don't think they're going to catch them. But if they don't, I got the Phillies in the next couple years overtaking the whole.
You know what's funny? I kind of resist even the conversation between the teams themselves because I always thought we were just a big sports town no matter what, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? I'm just kind of more talking about the sport, like baseball as its own. I love the fact that you're hooked now that you're in.
Yeah,
it's a great sport.
It is, and the thing that I think hinders people, it's hard to learn. It's hard to learn baseball. It's a lot of different stats I got to text my friends about, or I got to ask them, what's this mean? What that mean? Football and basketball, you could kind of watch it and get the gist of it. You could get the idea of it and start learning as it goes on. It's still taking me some time to learn baseball over the years, and I've been watching baseball here and there since I was in probably high school. So I guess I don't know if there's a class on it or while the game's going on, announcers start teaching fans about sport and what this mean or what that mean or what this.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I'll give you a little advice. Don't even worry about stats.
Okay.
Just enjoy the game. Like all these crazy stats, they're half of them are meaningless anyway. Just worry about the game itself. right? As long as you know batting average, home run, or, ribbies, that sort of thing. But just think about the game. Like, you're an athlete. Like, you know the game.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the game because it's beautiful. Learn the nuance of pitches, how you hit, that stuff.
I'm definitely having my first son this year. I have a stepson. I'm definitely putting him in baseball.
Good.
Football is too much collateral damage. Baseball is definitely going to be a sport that I want them to play and grow up in and learn how to do.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's good for every sport. Like, my kids play every sport, right?
Yeah.
Right? My Anthony plays football. Moss is going to play football, right? They both play basketball. Moss is a baseball kid. So they're going to be playing. I just think there's virtue in all those games.
Yeah.
I do. I believe it. My brother, great conversation, Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you. No problem.
I think, like, even the football thing, I know people are nervous, and I get it, man. Listen, you know how I feel about my sons.
Yeah.
But football at that age, listen, as long as you're smart about it, they're not fast. They might be big and fast for the ages,
right?
But you can't compare it to college football or the NFL at the level of speed and that kind of trauma that they generate, that kind of impact that can hurt it. Now, I'm not saying concussions don't happen or any of that stuff. I'm just saying you got to be smart about it, right? Like, so I've encouraged my kids to play football. I saw a noticeable change in Anthony, in his demeanor and self-confidence.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It did wonders for him, man. And Moss was going to play this year. And, again, I just look at it like, if they're hurt or something happens, and then you sit out. That's bottom line. Like, you just got to be careful and watchful. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't run from it. I think there's virtue in football.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of kids that played that obviously I went to high school with, and like you said, they changed for the better from it. I also do understand all the concerns, so it's one of those. If you don't want your kid to play football, I'm not like my mom didn't want me to play, right? To the point where I had to sneak on to the team, and then I played Legion ball, so that's all summer, and that's all I focused on instead. But like my mom was like, no, you're not playing football. I had to sneak on to the team.
Yeah. Well, and listen, again, I'm not giving you the football.
Right.
I'm not even doing that for you. I'm telling you that I saw a noticeable change.
Oh, I know.
In my son's self-confidence. I'm a big believer in it. I'm a believer in football. I'm a believer in working together as a unit, as a team.
Yep.
I think it's got great life lessons. I love football, and not just as an entertainment source, but I think there's lessons there. And we've gotten more responsible as coaches. Like, the days of you can't have water are over.
Friday
right?
night tykes.
Right. The days of these lunatic idiots, right? Trying to go cheap shot kids and pull their helmets and hitting them, and like, that's over. Again, you might have some bad apples here and there. My only suggestion is, like, just find the right situation for you.
Yeah.
We're in the Clearview, and they do a great job. The coaches,
damn right they do.
Were responsible and the whole thing, and that's the ultimate thing when it comes to, like, really any kind of youth sports. But I'm a big believer in kids playing multiple sports. Man, I had an interesting discussion with, and that gets this for another day, with a buddy of mine who's at Nebraska with Matt Rule, my friend of mine, Sean Padden, and who deals with, now they're talking about football players, but we got this whole conversation about baseball and overuse and, the specialization of kids.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Well, what it does is it hurts them physically, because now all of a sudden you're pitching all year round. You really shouldn't be pitching all year round.
You shouldn't be. You're right.
Right? You got to rest your arm. You can't be throwing all year round. And it's good to play all the sports because it helps you with balance. And
that's the big thing. I mean, how many times we talk about Joel Embiid didn't really know the game of basketball until he was 16, I think it was, when Luke Mbahumute, found him. He was a big soccer guy and volleyball player. You don't think that helped with his footwork?
Of course. His balance. I mean, it's amazing. Tracking a fly ball catching a punt or being a receiver and tracking a football in the air. These are all skill sets. They're skill sets that you could take from everything, jab steps and basketball and all that sort of thing. Malcolm is in Camden. Malcolm, good morning, Malcolm.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. I agree with a lot of the previous callers with regards to baseball. I do think they need to do a better job of getting into the African American households. Now, I purposely got my son into it because I embraced it growing up in the 90s. The 94 team with Dalton and all those guys. It's crazy.
Yes.
I still remember, Anthony, when Mitch Williams gave up the homer to Joe Carter. I walked out my back door when it happened, and I just picked up a basketball because the basketball court was about literally 10 feet from my house. I still remember it. But so as the years went on, the teams had their ups and downs. I wanted to embrace it, and like the gentleman that just called, I purposely wanted to get my son into it, being that there are a lack of African American kids.
Yes,
he just happens to be a pretty good athlete, and he took off. Like I called you a couple of weeks ago, and I told you he's a big fan of yours, and he's taken very well to it. He's on a travel team,
awesome.
And a rec team. We had 2 practices yesterday, man. He's working hard after coming off his basketball season.
Isn't it great too? When you even for us, because I'm like you, right? So my kids just got done basketball. They now monster in baseball, and I love it. I got to tell you, I freaking, it's like we're doing it all over again.
I do, and that baseball classic, I'm telling you, cuz it was outstanding. When Puerto Rico was playing, Mexico, Dominican Republic, with all those stars out there, man, and it was intense, man. When I realized that it was going to be Japan and U.S., me and my son, we were locked in. I told him, I said, it's going to come down to Ohtani and Mike Trout. They're probably going to face each other. Now, unfortunately, he fell asleep before that at-bat came, but for me, it was high drama. I mean, every pitch of that matchup, I lived by it, man. It was incredible, man. It was incredible.
It really was. It was such great theater, man. I'm so glad you dug it because I'm sitting there going, this is awesome. Smoltz said it best. He's like, baseball's a winner tonight.
Yep.
Right.
That's what it was about. So when's his first game?
We actually got a game Saturday. It may get rained out, and then we played Sunday. And then we got actually a couple tournaments. I said I'm going to ask him if his boy Moss is anyone. I know we played the Mid-Atlantic Warriors on the 26th. Well,
what's your team?
We're the Jersey State Bombers.
Oh, that's
based
awesome.
Out of Medford.
You know what? Maybe I'm sure we'll run into each other because all those tournaments, they're all South Jersey and some Southeast PA,
right?
And they're all kind of in the same, So I hope so, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna keep my eye out the tournaments. I'm gonna keep my eye out for Cuz because he's not.
I would love to see your boy. Give him a big hug, man. Without a doubt.
That's right. I appreciate that, man.
God bless him. See, that's the best way. You too, brother. The best way, listen, as a dad, we're all, moms and dads, we're all, worried about, and with young Coop, you in your back of your mind, God forbid, you put the news on every day, there's something horrendous going on, right?
Yep.
And all you do is you live in this perpetual state of worry, that you just worry about everything.
Yeah.
And that's why, sports overload, man. Sports overload. I'm not saying it's foolproof, but the more they're occupied and the more sports they're doing, the better chance you got. It's an odds game, and the better chance you got.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sports it's great for kids, and for all kinds of reasons, right? Like you talk about staying out of trouble, but also just you said Anthony found more confidence in himself.
Did
just
man?
by
All
playing
of a
football,
sudden,
right?
Shoulders went back, and he started walking upright.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what you want as a parent.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
that's
that.
good.
All right, let me give you. I got to give you this because we have the Field of 64 junk food.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to give you an update of where we're at. So in the cheesesteak region, we got pretty much. We're almost all there.
Okay.
We got only first round games we have left are sliders versus the pretzel. All right?
Dude, that's a tough matchup.
Then we got the pub burger, just the burger.
Yep.
Versus the hummus.
I love a hummus, but I'm going burger.
All right. Those are two early games.
Okay.
All right. So you might want to check social media. Then the other matchups in the cheesesteak region are cheesesteak versus popcorn, potato skins versus the calzone, and the popcorn chicken versus the nachos.
Love the popcorn
all
chicken,
right.
but the nachos move on.
All right. In the wing region, we're all up to date. We got wings versus gravy fries, shrimp bacon versus the mozzarella stick.
Okay.
Bang bang shrimp. Shrimp's popular versus the stromboli.
It's huge.
Doritos versus the roast pork. Now, we got a lot of work to do in the other regions. All right?
Now, can I ask you, because you said you had the soft spots in there, and we put the ribs in there somewhere. I forgot about one. Did we put the jalapeno popper?
Yes.
Okay, it's on there. Okay.
No, popper's a 2-seed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just making sure.
No. We're in. So, in the hoagie region, first round games we got going, the chicken cutlet sandwich versus the mac and cheese bites. We got the cheesesteak egg rolls, the egg roll types.
Yes.
Like our buddies, the Gourmet Egg Roll Company, versus the kebabs.
We have kebabs on there?
I added the kebab.
Oh, they got blown out. Game over.
You got quesadillas.
Dude.
Versus the onion dip.
The quesadilla might be a sleeper.
You got the poppers versus the broccoli bites.
Broccoli bites?
Yes. Do the cheese broccoli bites, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Poppers move on.
In the pizza region, we got all first round games. Chips and salsa versus the bruschetta. Did we do that one or no?
No, you told me about it, but we have not gotten
We got the
into it.
pretzel dog versus the cheesesteak nacho.
Dude, come on. Why'd you do that to me?
We got
These are both my favorite. Like, they're my favorites, both of those.
We
two.
got ribs versus potato chips. Tomato pie v. the grilled cheese. Crab fries versus the fruit salad. Chili versus pot stickers. Cheese fries versus the stuffed mushroom.
So, the fruit salad isn't great. That is the strongest region.
The pizza region?
The pizza region is the strongest region.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't many guarantee wins there, other than the whoever's facing the fruit salad, because that's not going to win.
Right.
But that one, that's the most difficult region right there.
Yes, I agree. It's a great region.
Dude, so I got to put out some polls here, man.
All right. So we got to work on the first round. Let's finish out the cheesesteak region. The two games up, pretzels versus sliders.
That might have to be a poll.
And the burger v. hummus.
Burger moves on. Nobody's going to say. I mean, there might be 6
All
vegetarians.
right, so you want me to put the burger up
that
here?
say hummus. Yeah, go burger. But the pizza, or sorry, the pretzel
versus the slider.
Slider, that's it.
And you can see how it sets up. Slider versus the pub burger.
Dude.
Well, that could be a monster second round game.
What seed was this?
The 11-seed pretzel versus the 6-seed slider.
6-seed slider.
Yes.
Dude, and is it what kind of pretzel are we talking here? For specifics.
This is
or is it just an umbrella?
This is the classic pretzel.
Like the hard
the classic pro. You can do anywhere. You can make whatever you want, really. I mean,
are we talking soft pretzel with the
could
cheese
be.
dip?
Listen, it's the
Should I
pretzel.
just put pretzel?
Yeah, just put the
Any
pretzel.
kind.
Yeah. I mean, I made it a pretty good game. All right. 610-632-0975. In the wing region, did I hit you with this? Yeah, I hit you with the
yes.
Doritos versus the roast pork is the one is a 1-2.
I love Doritos. I would probably pick Doritos, but I think roast pork wins that one.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. 610-632-0975 is how you join us. Cuz ready with the Tunis right here. It's
hold on one second.
Sure, yeah.
My bad. I didn't even realize what time it was. I'm
All
trying
right.
to put this this poll up here.
I know.
So I'll be able to let you know what you're going to be reading here.
I will tell you that there's some great items here. The weakest region could be the hoagie region.
Yeah, I think so.
The broccoli, but I mean the poppers is a big.
It's a big item.
Is a big item, you know. But anyway, there you got it. We'll come back in just a moment. Little Parks madness going on, and let me tell you about the BetParks app. If you can't get to Parks Madness, BetParks app has you covered. All right, all the stuff that we talk about. There's all the games are back.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, 11:51. Wow, flying by today, man.
Dude, flying by.
There's a million things we got to get to as we hang out on this Thursday. Let me give a shout out to my man Bob from Huntington Valley. Bob, and thank you for your service. Bobby was in the Army, and Bobby was deployed in Somalia during the Phillies World Series. This is awesome. Like, a great story. He's telling the story that he was staying up late at night, and he took guard duty so he could listen to Armed Forces radio and listen to the Phillies World Series.
How about that? It's amazing.
But he was man, what a story. He was in Black Hawk Down.
Yep.
And Bob in Somalia, man. What amazing stuff, man.
Yeah, thank you for your service, man.
Yeah, Bobby's a great dude. In fact, he's smoking some wings tonight.
Yes, I'm jealous of that.
He's got to wait for the rain to subside because he's got the smoker.
Yes, he's going to go do that, and that's going to be awesome for game night. College basketball, next round tournament, you got smoked wings in the house? Dude.
Yeah, I'm in on a smoked wing. I don't know how to do it, but I could eat it.
Now, by the way, I got to say this. Timeout sliders. Dude, they're getting crushed right now.
The pretzel.
Pretzel, the 11th seeded pretzel, any kind.
Yeah, so you could do whatever you want. Soft pretzel, hard pretzel.
Well, so here's the thing.
The pretzel.
So our man, the Autumn Winds, checks in.
Yes.
He goes, what kind of pretzel? Now, in the poll, it says any kind.
Right.
He goes, soft. If so, that should be a 1 seed.
The pretzel?
He goes, soft pretzel, 1 seed.
Over what? Like, you got the hoagie, the cheesesteak, pizza, and the wings.
That's a great question. And then Mr. Citywide follows up with excellent question. Regular pretzels are boring. Sourdough, honey wheat, or those flavored pieces, ones are great. There's a box of Philly Pretzel Factory. Changes everything.
Dude, listen, it's the pretzel of your dreams. Whatever pretzel you want.
Except the pretzel dog, because that's separate.
The pretzel dog is a separate deal, but it's the pretzel that your go-to pretzel.
Yeah. So
now,
this might be a Cinderella story.
Listen,
the 11-seeded pretzel.
Wow. Listen, I love the dark pretzels.
Yes, me too.
They're a great.
They are great.
You know why? Because they're thin. Because I prefer the thin pretzel.
Yeah.
And they're burnt, like they're the dark. I love it.
I like that too. I do like the thick boys, and I like to dip it in the pretzel or into the peanut butter.
The
like
what?
The thick pretzels.
Oh,
like
the big fat pretzel.
Yeah, I like scooping some peanut butter.
Now, do you do I was going to put in the, which is a great item, the pretzel peanut butter, the hard pretzel with the peanut butter inside.
Oh, with the combos.
Yeah, they're
delicious.
That's a good idea.
And you know me, I love the Snyder's, the honey mustard and onion flavored. They have all the different flavors.
The jalapeno,
dude. Yes,
those
pretzels are so good.
It's a great item.
But here's the problem: I've looked at the calorie count on those. Dude, they're terrible for you.
Are they really?
Awful for
you. You know what's funny?
You think pretzel, you go, not bad.
Yeah, right. It's not like it's a fried chip,
but
like
when
a
it's
Dorito
smothered
or
and all
chip.
that stuff that they have in there.
Oh,
dude,
really?
One of those little bags that we get from the vending machine, close to 1,000.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah. I'm like, what? But they're delicious, man.
One of the things I've been doing over the last, year, since I'm dropping in some LBs, is I got to get away from all that stuff.
That stuff will get you.
I just go,
it's like a beer. You can't have one.
Right.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Like, you sit there watching the game, you go, all right, a couple pretzels, whatever it is. Next thing you know, you ate the bag and you had 6 beers. You know what I mean? No good.
Yes.
No good on that. All right. So
I had the piece of leftover birthday cake yesterday.
Oh,
the Coop didn't eat his cake.
No.
He refused. We tried again 2 nights ago on his actual birthday. He refused to eat it. So, obviously we spent it wasn't a big cake. It was like the little smash cake. He didn't want to even touch it.
He didn't like it?
So
Anthony went wild.
So who enjoyed it? Dad did.
Daddy.
Yeah.
You deserve it, cuz. Let me tell you, you deserve it. You deserve it. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, he wanted nothing to do with it.
you know, I remember both the kids, but really Anthony was it was like heaven for him.
Well, fast forward now, he's eating that sundae that you showed me.
Dude, last night my wife bought these frozen. I don't do it, so I don't get. But these lava cakes.
Ah, dude, come on,
you know
man.
These lava cakes.
Yeah, man, I'm in.
So he gets the ice cream and he puts it in the microwave, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
love the lava cake.
Because we were watching, I was in bed, I had the foot up. I was watching Succession because I did my Succession.
Yeah, you're all Succession.
I love this show. I can't stop watching the show. So I've been catching up because the new season's coming out. So he comes in the room. Can I have a chocolate lava cake? So, how it works in my house is I'm usually like my wife calls me the good time Charlie.
Yeah, they know to come to you.
Right?
Yeah.
But so me and my wife are watching the show, and he directs to her because he knows he's getting no pushback from me.
Right.
So he's all I go like this. Your grades good. Like I check your grades.
Yep.
And your sports. As long as you pass the grades, your grades are good, and you're doing well in your sports.
You get the lava cake.
You get whatever you want. That's my rule. Right? That's it. Good grades and good sports equal whatever you want.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's the way to do it.
Now, my wife's a little different. She there's a lot more factors involved.
Okay.
The state of the room, right? The state of
I get that.
the demeanor, like all kinds of things.
That.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it is. Anyway.
By the way, have you started Lasso yet?
Not yet.
All right.
I'm set. I
watched episode 2 yesterday.
You already?
Yeah. Well, it's every Wednesday it drops.
Really?
Yeah. So we're 2 episodes in.
Yes. So it's funny. He said that he goes, one of my buddies goes, dude, you completely undervalued the pretzel. My boy Rat. You completely undervalue the pretzel. It should be a 1 or a 2 seed at the lowest.
Too late, man.
They would never buy the old hoagies. Come on, cuz. Nah.
Dan Baxter checks it. Give me a large hot pretzel with some beer cheese and a spicy mustard. I'm good.
I agree with that.
They might do their Cinderella story.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I got to make the hoagie.
Princeton and pretzels.
The hoagie
Marsh, baby.
Rap is you're out of your mind. Rap the hoagie's the 1 seed. I love the pretzel too, but the pretzel's not going to take over any of the 1 seed.
I don't know. There's a lot of love for it right now.
Not over the hoagie.
I will find out. Is that the region? The hoagie what region is the pretzel in?
The cheesesteak region.
You know, people might go pretzel over cheesesteak. We'll see.
No
we'll
way.
See.
No, listen, I love the pretzel. You can't go pretzel over cheesesteak. All right, let's see. So, the pretzel move on?
I mean, the polls, I've been making these polls an hour long. But I would say that they are, with 43 minutes left, 67% of the vote goes pretzel.
Going. I got news for you. I'm going to call it.
You're calling it?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's going to. It's not that many people are going to vote all of a sudden.
It's not like the Sliders all of a sudden going
they're not going to go on a big run.
I think a game's over.
Unless there's a Slider cult on Twitter somewhere.
I love the pretzel, too. You know what it is funny? I made, again, in my mind, like I was at 2 venues. A sports bar and a home.
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
So, and I know that people do the pretzel, soft pretzel at the sports bar with the mustard and the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a great item.
I like that.
But I went more appetizer-friendly stuff. You know?
Well, that's usually on the appetizer list.
No, it is, but, the popper gets a lot of love, and the cheesesteak egg rolls, the other egg rolls. You know what I mean? So I put them in there. So
I love the big pretzel, man.
The big pretzel is good. Listen, the Philadelphia, the Pretzel Factory pretzel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Philly Pretzel Factory pretzel is a go-to in my world.
Yes, for sure.
It is. And Moss is
you go nugget Little pretzel nuggets. You can do all kinds of
You know
pretzels.
what I like of the Philly pretzels?
Yes.
Are the minis.
Yeah.
See, the mini pretzel, especially when they're hot.
Oh, yeah.
With the flaming hot mustard.
That's a two-biter.
You ever had the flaming hot mustard?
I have.
Like, I don't like that, but I'm a burnt. I will like them. I go for the dark pretzel.
Yes.
That's my kind of pretzel.
Take out the dough of the small ones?
I do.
Oh.
I do. I got
Even
them.
the small ones.
I do. I got them.
You're insane.
Yes. And here's what Jim from the Palm, very smart, says the only thing about the pretzel is how many soft pretzels can you eat? They blow up on inside
How many cheesesteaks can you eat?
Yeah, but a cheesesteak is a
Hold
meal.
on a second. I had the same argument about the popcorn chicken versus the pigs in a blanket, and you gave me the whole, it doesn't matter how much you can eat.
You're right. I agree.
As our guy said the other day, the fix is in.
Wow. You know what's nuts? My boy Tommy does the pretzel and coffee. I never would have thought of the pretzel and coffee.
I'm not going to.
You wouldn't try that?
No, I would not.
You wouldn't try like you're having your morning coffee and you come out with a soft pretzel?
No.
And he's a Center City pretzel man, which is a great item too.
I'm probably not doing that. But hey,
you're not a coffee
listen,
pretzel.
I can't
guy?
talk when it comes to food. You do you. It doesn't sound.
My boy Tommy's. I kind of like that.
Great tweet from John Lynch.
Yeah.
Come on, man. A slider is a JUCO burger. Easy win for the blue blood pretzel.
Yeah. Wow. That's impressive.
So the pretzel is Duke post Coach K right now. Well, they're the 5th seed, but you get what I'm saying. They just didn't get much love from the committee.
All right. Let's go back to the phones. Jake, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jake.
Anthony, Andrew, how are you?
What's happening, Jake? What's going on, my brother?
Man. I just wanted to call because I think baseball, we were talking about baseball earlier before snacks. Don't get me wrong, I love snacks.
No. The baseball thing all day long we're talking.
Baseball is a great radio sport. That's why I listen to you guys. I love it on the radio. As background noise when pitchers and catchers come back on, you can put it on like a white noise machine. You can pay attention to every pitch. You can take a quick nap. You can tune back in. It's a great game for a number of reasons. But one thing that I loved about it, too, is with the radio thing. I went to the University of Pittsburgh, and out there, my freshman year, the Phillies won the World Series. It was nuts. A lot of Philly people out there. But they had a group of fans that would play the radio broadcast of the 1960 World Series on the campus because they kept the home plate of Forbes Field for the Pirates in a lecture hall. It's right in the middle of a lecture hall. It's like under glass. And then right outside, you have one of the outfield walls there, and a guy back in the 80s started to replay it every October. I think it's the 13th of October or something, when Mazeroski hit the winning run in the 9th inning against the Yankees.
Wow!
Great.
Get out of here!
And they have these people that go and sit. Now there's like a couple hundred people bring lawn chairs. They set up at 1 o'clock. They're 1 o'clock games, not 6:30. They're 1 o'clock games for the World Series. And they sit outside and they play that game every October. I guess it's the 13th.
That's
a great little following. I don't think you have that with every other sport. It's something different about it where it's like, it's hard to explain. It's like this ethereal, really hard to explain why it's the best to listen to and sit back. You can do a box score. You have the old guys go by themselves to the games and fill out a box score. You're like, there's no other sport like
that's awesome. No, I think you're right about that. There is a charm that it has. I agree with you. I mean, listen.
Yeah, there's
every game is
about it.
special, right? Like if you're a sport, like we're sports people, right? So I'm not going to go. I'm not choosing between anything. But
no, I love them all. They're all great. Like
but to your point,
and hockey or
yes. And to your point, Jake, and I think it's spot on. There's a kind of a nuance of, I don't know what's the word. This.
There's something like when I would sit at home and watch a baseball game versus a football game or a basketball game. They're all great. They're just different. Like if I sat with my dad watching baseball, my dad would go, "The next pitch is high and inside," and you're sitting there waiting for it. But when you watch football basketball, sometimes it's a different way to watch the sport.
I
too.
agree.
It's kind of like
the
conversation around it's different. It's great. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right about that, brother. I do. I think you're spot on. It's a great call, Jake, man. Let me give you a game. All right, you got to help me out with a game. All right, I'm going to give you the chips and salsa versus the bruschetta. Bruschetta.
I'm going with bruschetta.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going with bruschetta.
My parlay just got busted.
Wow,
Really?
the bruschetta
Really?
moves on.
That was a minus 550. Chips and salsa minus 550.
Look at that.
Dude.
Good stuff. Thanks, my man.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it, Jake.
I can't say nothing.
Listen, don't worry about it. Pizza's going to bruschetta now has to face pizza. So it's going to get obliterated
but I
in
had
the next
chips and
round.
salsa in my bracket.
I'm going to say, dude,
I was going for the Millie bracket, the perfect bracket.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
I love a bruschetta. Don't get me wrong. That's what my mom always has it at the house. Now she buys the, stuff you get at the store.
Really?
Oh yeah, she loves it. All the
store
time.
bruschetta?
All the time. Yeah, all the time. Trader Joe's.
Wait. They have it.
Of course they do. They have everything at the store. Not everything's homemade.
Okay. Yeah, the homemade is.
I'm sure. She gets the little toasted. I don't even know what you would call it. Like the toasted crisps. Something like, I guess it's bread.
Oh, like a little mini thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
And she puts it on with the spoon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, delicious. Huh? It's all. I go down the shorts there.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm off the beach.
It's a great snack,
dude. It's a
great summer.
So we
snack.
get off the beach.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing every time. I
Dude,
go to
bruschetta's a great summer
the outdoor shower.
Yeah.
I have the shower beer. I get changed.
Shower beer
and
rules.
boom, it's on the table. It's on. This bruschetta's right there.
That's pretty good.
This is. I can't wait. Yeah, Coop. Actually, I have a human now, like an actual human, because last year he was just kind of there.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun this summer.
Yes. No, dude. Listen. I didn't know they had frozen bruschetta.
Well, not frozen, but somebody makes it and then they put it into the container.
I know, but you pop it in the oven, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess why not? It's easy. It's easier than frozen pizza.
Delicious, man.
Anyway, but it's going to go down anyway because it has to face pizza.
Yeah, that's true.
In the second round.
Yeah, no shot.
That is what it is. Dustin, Danny, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Dan.
Cuz, how you doing?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, I'm the one that called you about the Super Bowl. About hey, cuz, don't watch it.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I went up doing it, too.
Huh?
I went up watching it.
No, I know you did. Hey, you guys, MVP baseball, 05.
Yep.
Actualness. Best one.
Yeah, see, it wasn't my favorite. I know that's everybody's favorite. But yeah.
Hey, are you getting, hey, Tunis, you getting the show tomorrow?
I'll probably download it, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Oh, it comes out tomorrow.
Hey, guys. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm as hooked. Yes.
Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. Just pretty quick. You, Tunis, you guys are amazing on this radio.
Oh, thanks, my brother.
Just hey, I get nervous. First time I'm calling you.
Oh, dude, please.
I remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I was listening. I was hearing you. Eagles won the Super Bowl. So it's like, hey, I get more, emotional. So it's like, hey, first I'm calling you. Hey, you guys have a good day.
Brother, you too, man. Danny, you call anytime, my brother. Thank you. Your family, brother, please. Family, all day long. That's awesome. Yeah, the Gamas, I can't beat him. The other day, So the other day we went at it. We were doing the hockey.
Okay.
Right. And he's like, Daddy, he's like, come down, you gotta play. So I I could beat him. The only game I could beat him in is 2K.
Okay.
NBA, I beat him. I could beat him. The soccer, I beat him. FIFA, I beat him. He's good, but once in a while I can beat him. Madden, I got a shot. He's getting better. But I can't beat him in baseball, and I can't beat him in hockey.
Now let me ask, baseball.
And you know what he does with hockey? He makes the time limit. I didn't realize this, right? He makes the time limit the actual time.
Okay.
So I go, dude, no.
This game's 3 hours long.
Right. I'm like, dude.
The clock's not ticking fast.
I'm like, dude. I go, we can't play this. He goes, why, Daddy?
I remember my buddy and I did that with Madden once. We did the 15-minute quarters, and it wasn't the adjusted clock.
Right.
All of a sudden, it's 76 to, because you can't play defense.
Right.
Like, you get lucky with a few picks here and there.
Right.
But, you each got 70 points at halftime.
And you know what's funny? I wasn't paying attention, and I'm like, man, this period feels long, right? And I look up.
Your players are gassed.
I look up. It's like 13 minutes to go in the period. I go, yo, what are you doing?
Daddy. That's awesome.
And he's like, something about you stink. He's like, whatever. Because he was, what did he do? I was losing like 8-2.
Oh.
And there's like 13 minutes to go in the first period.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, man. I go, I'm out. Until we went to NBA.
Okay. And then you kicked his ass?
I was a great game, but I won.
Oh.
It was Lakers Celtics.
Wow.
All time.
Oh, dude.
And all he did was Bob Cousy, right, which is Fugazi. Bob Cousy burying threes. Bob Cousy had like 48 points.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do like a real game. He's like, why are you just going for twos, Daddy? Because I would have Shaq. Like I was Kobe, Shaq.
Yeah.
Magic. Right? Little bastard.
Awesome.
610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis. Parks Madness is upon us. The tournament is back tonight. Make sure you get the BetParks app. All right? Listen, tonight's games, great games. Now, here's the beauty of just the game. Like you could do all your parlays. You could do in-game betting, which is, I think, a big advantage. And the other thing you got is futures. Like right now, here's some of the futures. Like if you look for the tournament and you want a horse over the Sweet 16, Alabama 3.5-1, Houston 3.5-1, UCLA 7-1, Tennessee 8-1. Yeah, Uncle Frank's team, they stink. Gonzaga 9-1. There's good value at Gonzaga. I think there is. I also think there's value in UConn and Texas. So check out the BetParks app. All right? They got everything, and it's fun. You bet $10 and you win right now, you get $125 in free sportsbook credit. BetParks.com has all the details. Check it all out. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, or Ohio. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers with the win. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by DBHIDS. When someone gets hurt, we know who to call, but what about a mental health crisis? The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline offers free confidential support around the clock. Don't hesitate. Call 988. Sixers action last night. They were in Chicago after losing to the Bulls a couple nights ago in Philadelphia. They win in Chicago 116-91. No James Harden. He was out with an Achilles injury. We'll keep you posted on his timetable. Joel Embiid left the game at halftime. Doc Rivers did say after the game that he's not concerned. Shouldn't be anything serious. They had a big lead. They felt comfortable putting him on ice the rest of the game. But we will keep you posted also on the status of Joel Embiid. DeAnthony Melton, your leading scorer last night, finishing with 25. Tobias Harris with a nice night, 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. Sixers now 49-23 on the season. The Flyers hosting the Minnesota Wild tonight. Puck drop at 6:30, and you can listen live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Kevin Agandi will join the show next at 12:20. This update is also brought to us by NJDiet.com. Use this spring training as the way to start getting into shape before the warm weather hits. NJ Diet contractually guarantees that you will shed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Go to NJDiet.com. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Wawa's paninis are getting even bolder, like spicy buffalo chicken paired with creamy mac and cheese, all in a handheld toasty panini. Or the savory garlic pepperoni panini with provolone, pepperoni, and drizzled with a garlic aioli. Or mix it up with tuna salad and your favorite toppings. Fill up on these bold flavors that are sure to be the envy of every lunch. Try a new Wawa panini for lunch today. Gotta have a Wawa.
What day is it?
It's a good day to save when you fuel up at Wawa. Get 15 cents off per gallon when you pay with the Wawa app. Now through May 7th. Just pull into Wawa. Pull up the app, select your pump, and pay. You're ready to start fueling and start saving.
We're going to Wawa right now.
And don't forget your phone, so you can pay with the Wawa app and get 15 cents off per gallon at Wawa. Now through May 7th.
You're still talking? Let's go.
Gotta have a Wawa.
Unfortunately, everybody knows somebody whose life has been affected by cancer. John Kincaid here, and I've learned firsthand how cancer research saves lives. And I'm proud to have teamed up with the American Association for Cancer Research to create the John Kincaid Scholarship Fund, which supports the next generation of cancer research scientists. AACR awards are a bet on the next generation, making progress towards new treatments and cures for cancer through their hard work. And researchers like Charles Mulligan, who thanks to the AACR, were able to hunt for and untangle the genetic factors for a subtype of leukemia. He and his team were then able to find the drug that would work and improve the prognosis and treatment for both children and adults. When you donate to the John Kincaid Scholarship Fund, you're going to help young minds follow in the footsteps of Dr. Mulligan to discover the next big cancer breakthrough. Donate now at aacr.org/fanatic. That's aacr.org/fanatic, because I'm living proof. Cancer research saves lives.
Is your tub worn out, but you're not sure who to trust to replace it? With over 2 million successful bath remodels, people trust Bathfitter because we know how to do it right. We've been custom designing and manufacturing baths for over 35 years. Our unique tub-over-tub installation takes as little as a day with no demo to fit your busy schedule. And we offer a lifetime warranty on every tub. That's how confident we are in our quality and durability. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
It's time to spring forward into savings at Barlow Chevy. Right now, you can get up to $750 Conquest and Loyalty Cash when you buy, and up to $500 when you lease any of the following models: the Chevy Blazer, Colorado, Equinox, Malibu, Trax, Traverse, or Trailblazer. We've also have limited time financing deals on all remaining 2022 Silverados in stock. Get 0.9% financing for up to 60 months or 2.9% for 72 months for qualified buyers. Find new roads at Barlow Chevy in Delran or at barlowchevrolet.com.
Hi. Who's this?
Buzz. He appears whenever you eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
Like a genie?
Sure.
Ooh, does he grant wishes? I wish I lived in a giant boot. No, I wish I could swim with a humpback whale. No.
I can grant you a delicious bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, which can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Ooh, with heart shapes, too.
Happy heart-shaped Cheerios are back for a limited time. Pick up a box of Honey Nut Cheerios at your local store for an easy, delicious, and heart-healthy start to your day.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled brake squealing for this breaking news bulletin. Right now, get 50% off brake pads and shoes at your local Meineke Car Care Center. For tires, brakes, batteries, exhaust, and more, trust Meineke, doing car care right.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
As a company.
Wait.
So this guy made a racist comment, and now we all have to do.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back. Parks Madness with the Tunis. It's Cuz Radio. All kinds of. I got so many things I want to talk to you about. It's funny. Let me do a game though. Let me give you a game. We have a lot of work to do on these brackets. I want to make this the Tunis game, and you're going to choose.
All right.
And this is two of your favorites.
What do we got?
The 5-seed pretzel dog.
Oh, you're gonna make me pick between my
versus the cheesesteak nachos, the 12 seed.
God.
Yeah, dude, that's your favorites. So you got to choose.
All right. I'm going cheesesteak nacho in the upset. And here's why.
Wow, over the pretzel dog?
The pretzel dog. I drive to the Amish market
to
do grocery shopping just so I can get the pretzel dog.
Yeah.
If I'm in the city, I get a pretzel dog at the Reading Terminal Market. But on game day, I've never thought, let's go to a bar and I'm going to get some pretzel dogs.
Yeah, but you're not going to. Here's the other thing.
I will get a cheesesteak nacho.
Yeah, but you're not making cheesesteak nachos at home.
I have. You can ask Christy.
Oh, I don't believe you.
I'm pretty sure it was right around my birthday I made it.
Cheesesteak nachos at home?
Cheesesteak nachos, yeah.
I don't get the cheesesteak nacho, man.
Love
I
cheesesteak
don't
nacho,
like
dude.
the cheesesteak.
I love it.
I'm not. I mean, I put it this way: it's in front of me. I wouldn't just,
I would devour it.
I wouldn't throw it aside. Well, look, I'm not going to be a fugazi about it and say I wouldn't grab it. But the tortilla corn chip and the cheesesteak meat, I don't think it's a good marriage.
So I'll do this. I will put out a poll. But if you're going chewing this game, I'm saying cheesesteak nacho. But I am curious to see where the people are.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to put. I moved it ahead. I'm not married to the pretzel dough, but I think unless it's an overwhelming landslide, all right, you could put it as a poll.
Okay.
Otherwise, even if it's close and the pretzel dog wins, I'll still go cheesesteak nacho, unless it's a blowout.
Okay, sounds
all right?
good.
All right. I mean,
Our man Kevin Agani may have an opinion on it.
Oh, we got Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh, my man. God, what did you tell me? I didn't realize we had Kevin on. My main man, the great Kevin the Gandhi, ESPN, ABC, joining us on the Comcast Business Hotline. It's Thursday. I couldn't keep track of you, Kev.
I appreciate joining you guys. First off, cheesesteak nachos, this is the first time I've ever heard of what it's just nachos with a bunch of cheesesteak on top of it.
It's nachos.
It's delicious with a fried onion, all that stuff.
With like onions, peppers, and the cheesesteak meat. But nacho tortilla chips.
Okay, all right. So you're getting rid of the bread and you're just got the chips. Okay, yeah. Listen,
I'll be honest. I'm lukewarm on them. I don't even think. I think it's overdone. Plus, I don't think the corn chip, like the corn tortilla, goes with the cheesesteak meat.
I can feel you on that. Listen,
it's not terrible. It's just, it's still good.
Yeah, we've all had cheesesteaks with chips or tortilla chips or some type of chips around. So it's more of the crunch with the cheesesteak. I don't know.
It's a delicious.
Well, that's why the egg roll. See, the egg roll is superior to the cheesesteak nacho. The cheesesteak egg roll.
The cheesesteak egg roll is honestly perfection right there. You're 100% right. You got the crunch.
Because you get the crunch.
Messy.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And the thin wrapper works.
Totally. And it's easily portable. So I'm with you.
So what would you go on this one? And then we'll get to our sports conversation. But since we're talking about it, I'm doing the Field of 64 sports foods. All right. So the regions are the pizza region, the hoagie region, the wing region, and the cheesesteak region. And there was a game that got a lot of people up in arms. The slider versus the pretzel. How would you go there?
Like, wait, authentic Philly pretzel or just a regular
slider?
Burger slider?
Yeah.
I like pretzel, man. Like, I'm good with the pretzel.
Look at that.
It's March Madness, man.
That's it.
If it's coming, especially from Philadelphia, I will go with the pretzel at all times because the water makes the dough and makes it better than anything else.
That's right, brother. That's right. You're 100% in. That's correct.
It depends, though, Ant. Like, if you get, like, a regular pretzel somewhere else, like, then it's a little...
Any other stadium, they can't do the pretzel correctly.
100%. And you know how many... And shooters, you know how many times I get requested
whenever I go to Philly, from friends in Connecticut, hey, bring back some pretzels. They know not to bring back the cheese sticks because it'll get a little oily.
Yeah.
And the grease.
Yeah.
And then the sogginess in the bread. But they're like, oh, hey, bring pretzels back. Like, that should tell you all you need to know about how well pretzels are done in Philadelphia.
Yes. Now, you know what's funny? You know what the biggest, I think, overrated item is in Manhattan? The pretzel in Manhattan.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not good. They act like it's an item. It's not a good item. Listen,
I agree.
The Manhattan hot dog, strong, right?
Yes.
Like, but
bagels are strong in New York. Hot dogs and bagels are strong.
Yeah.
But I will take a Philly slice from any local joint than all the New York hype that I always hear. And even in Connecticut, like, everybody, you got to go to Pepe's Pizza. And I'm like, man,
I got to tell you.
Get Pepe's Pizza. I will gladly go down to any local Italian joint in Philadelphia, in the suburbs, in South Jersey, and get a slice there, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I will say this, and I'm going to keep it on it. The Connecticut pizzas were pretty good. Like,
it's okay.
It's elite.
It's not. You know what it is? There's a lot of hype with it. There's a lot of oil with it that sometimes I'm like, yo, am I having oil with a side of pizza, or am I having a legit slice of pizza? So there's certain, like, there are two joints in my area that I will only go to. I won't go to any other place, and no matter what anybody tells me, because I could tell that's the closest thing that I can get to a Philly slice.
Interesting. It's interesting. All right, I got to ask you, because we got a bunch of stuff going on, and the baseball right now is in my brain. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So did you watch the World Baseball Classic the other night?
It was incredible. It was awesome.
I mean, Trout, Ohtani, game on the line, full count, 2 outs. I mean, theater. It doesn't get just more dramatic.
It was incredible, man. It was exactly what we wanted, how we wanted it. I mean, I also, there's a sense of pride that the Philly players that played showed up in a game like that with Trey and Schwarber, where it's like, by the way, how about Kyle Schwarber? There is no big moment that's too big for him.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Trey is sliding in so well.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 weeks, the whole time I'm like, dude, this is amazing. You're in the zone, but it's March. Don't get out of the zone, because it is amazing to him stepping up and meeting the moment. And it just gets me more excited about what we got when we talk about a lineup before Bryce.
I'm with you. I'm completely with you there. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for it. But I was talking to a buddy of mine, a national guy. You know him, in fact. I was talking to him, and he's yesterday, about baseball, because it was after the World Baseball Classic and the whole thing. And I'm going, dude, baseball's on the comeback. And he went, nah, still distant behind the NBA. And I was like, dude, I don't know about that. I think baseball is right there. I think baseball is on the heels of the NBA. And listen, I mean, I don't like to compare sports, or one's better than the other, because I love them all and they're like my children. But, baseball, I think, is on the comeback. I don't know. You would know better than anybody, ESPN, ABC, Kevin Nagandi.
I think you and me are in our 40s. We're also on the bug of Philly baseball and what we just experienced with the playoffs, right? I think, though, when you talk about on the national stage, it is really tough for the generational gap that we have in the sport, where there is a passion, I think, from consistently from 30 and above. But when you talk about 30 and below, and I'm not knocking that there's going to be some listeners here, 23,
right.
How dare you, Nagandi? I'm not saying that. I'm saying consistently targeting an audience, the NFL and the NBA always win. Just because, and there's a reason why Major League Baseball has changed the rules this year to speed up the game, because they're fully aware that they were losing the audience and the idea of your attention span for games that take over 3 hours and at bats that take over a minute, right? So I think they're doing everything they can to target it, but it's still challenging. Here's the craziest thing, Ant, that I was thinking about. That baseball's biggest problem. You have the two best players on the planet facing off against each other, and when they're on the same team in Major League Baseball, they can't sniff the postseason. Tell me where you can get that in the NFL and specifically in the NBA, where you have the two best players and they cannot even make the postseason year in and year out.
Yeah.
That's the problem, I think, with baseball. I think that's
agree.
the problem specifically when you look
at earlier. I think you're so right about that. I was talking earlier about it that, the problem is Pittsburgh, right? Like the fact that you have the Pirates who have no chance at making it, like it kills it from that standpoint. Like that's the biggest issue. And I don't know why they don't follow the same road as the NFL, because Green Bay existing is good for the NFL.
100%. And everything's cyclical in the NBA and the NFL, right? You always feel like you have a chance. Do you feel like that if you're in Pittsburgh? Do you feel like that if you're in Cincinnati? How about the Tampa Bay Rays fan base? And the Rays are probably saying, hey, we put a great product and you still don't show up. How about what we've seen with the Marlins over the last 20 years? It's 3 great years and then a lot of just complete rebuilding a minor league team at certain points, right? So I think that's the biggest problem. And to your point, you can't have payrolls that would basically fit a Verlander and a Scherzer, and that's it, right? You can't do that. Like, that's just not fair to what you're trying to generate. And that's the major problem. But owners don't want to spend in certain markets, and then you're going to see guys like Steve Cohen. You're going to see Shohei Ohtani make over $500 million, and he deserves every single penny.
Yeah.
But you're only going to see potentially 3 teams in contention to do that, and that could be potentially the Yankees, that could be potentially the Mets, and I'm sure there's going to be a team like the Dodgers that are going to open up the checkbook. But that kills a lot of other teams trying to compete.
It's true. I totally, I feel the same way. It's a shame. But here's the other thing, though. With kids, it feels like kids are playing. Now, I don't know, about your kids, my 10-year-old, I know your kids play ball. Like, they're baseball, the kids are out in the fields. I mean, I love that. That's another thing that I'm seeing, the growth of baseball among children.
You're 100% right, but you can make the same example. There are a lot of kids that play soccer, but they don't follow the professional leagues, right?
Yeah.
They're not in the MLS. They're not, there's a growing, especially the teens in the 20s. There's a growing fan base with all the European soccer, right?
Yeah.
But it is slow when it comes to processing, developing stars here. And again, it comes down to the star conversation, right? Baseball is a regional sport that does not market enough of its superstars across the board. Teams are marketed like, hey, the Yankees, but you're not marketing stars. The best thing about the NBA, and I know it gets on a lot of people's nerves, the best thing about the NBA is all the drama. I mean, the drama of the stars moving around, coming together, because it's relevant the entire time. Now, when you get in the playoffs, now I want to see the drama. But, there's another thing that I love about the NBA. Here's an example. The Kings, look what they have done. They have quietly, and now they're second in the West, and quietly putting together a couple of guys. Whether they're going to play in the playoffs and show out, we don't know. But they have made sure they've done everything they can to build that product there. You're not seeing that in small markets in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I hear you. I get you. You killed my world.
It's frustrating.
I get you.
But we
just
are
dashed
lucky,
my hopes.
I will say this. I want to add one other thing. We are lucky because we have an ownership with the Phillies, especially with the Bryce Harper signing, that turned everything around where they're like, hey, we've got a window, let's go in. And then Dombrowski's not here to build a farm system. He's here to win if you look at his track record, right?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I think we're really lucky because we have been a part of those other cities where ownership just taking the money and they're like, we're just going to rebuild and rebuild and rebuild. And, boy, those are some dreaded baseball years and decades that we experienced in the late 80s, and then we had that lightning in the bottle in the 93, but went through it the entire 90s until the J-roll teams came.
Yep. Nah, it's a great point. Great point. All right, I got two quick things for you in addition. So I know that the running back is devalued.
Yeah.
All right, so I know it. And I know that just because a guy comes in for a visit doesn't mean anything. All right, I've been well versed in the draft. However, I would love to use my second first-round pick on Bijan Robinson. I look at him and with this offense, and that's 5 years. You take him in the first round, you control him for 5 years. He's a guy that would be a ridiculous weapon when I got A.J. Brown, Devontae, Goddard, Jalen. Give me the back out of Texas.
And if he's available at 30, I don't blame you. I'm 100% with you, especially with Sirianni's approach, especially if you're going to give a large contract to Jalen. You got to save some mileage on the tires, right? Long term. If he's the conversations that anybody's had about 10, I'm like, you have no,
not at 10. No.
Yes, but if he's there at 30, I would strongly consider it too. I'm with you, but we also know Howie's track record. I'm telling you, Howie could trade down, acquire more picks, or offensive line, defensive line with those 2 picks.
I know, but I can argue that it's the smarter move right now on a team that has Super Bowl aspirations to get a big-time back because, again, you mentioned something that I've been saying, and that's save mileage on Jalen. So, and then all of a sudden you got a workhorse back. Like, look at that. And to go all in on, and again, you brought your corners back, so it's not like you got a bad defense, and you got one of the best offenses in football.
Yeah, man, that would be scary because Bijan and and I know we've watched enough college football. The kid is special, man.
He is.
The kid is special. And
great kid too, by the way.
He's so good. For people to understand who are listening, he is so good. He would be a top 3 pick 20 years ago when running backs were viewed differently.
Yes. Yep.
This is the era of, hey, Barry Sanders going top 5. This is the era when you look at running backs going off the top of the board. There were a handful of running backs that would go always in the top 10. He would have gone that way. And, look at Saquon just a few years ago. It didn't work out for the Giants because the Giants had a bunch of other needs. Saquon fits in that category. That he's an old school guy that would have been in the top 5.
Right. I just don't build my team around a back, but
you're right.
I accentuate, right? And I put the exclamation 100%. Mark on my offense with one of those dudes.
100% agree with you. But I also think that this team doesn't have the luxury, especially when you're going to have to pay the quarterback, in fitting everything in. I go back to what the Chiefs did a year ago in the draft. You lose Tyreek, you got to figure out how to make sure, and then they went hardcore and collecting picks and making sure they target the secondary with young guys. And I think Veach nailed a lot of those picks. And I think the Eagles are going to take that same type of approach. Let's amass picks. Let's collect picks. But I see where you're going. But we're getting older on that defensive front. We're getting older on that offensive front. And you know how he loves the linemen in the first round.
Yeah. No, listen, believe me, I get it. All right. Last thing. A picture of you circulated. All right. Now, this is awesome, right? Because a young Kevin Negandhi with the hoop earring, not unlike a young Cuz with the hoop earring. I also had the hoop. So I wanted to ask you about style. Now, I had the 3 hoops, 2 in the left ear and 1 in the right ear.
Yep.
All right. That was our day.
Yes, it was.
That was our day, buddy.
Yep. Dude, listen, and a lot of people and I've had a lot of fun with friends as well as coworkers. Even my mother-in-law came in today from Georgia, and the first thing she said to me was, "Oh, how about the hoop earring?" And we had a nice laugh with it. People don't understand, like, it's all cyclical, right? That was 30 years ago. It's all coming back. The turtlenecks, especially those nice light gray suits and the earring. And then back in 1993, 94, that's when Shaq was, like, basically all over the place, and he had those big hoop earrings, right?
Yeah.
And I was all about it. And let me tell you, it worked for a 19-year-old Kevin Nagandi whenever he had to go out. Let me tell you, it was a good time for that 19-year-old.
I want to go back to it. I would wear them now. I forget what it was because I broke through one of the holes.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, I said something to my wife. She went, "Get the hell out of here." She goes, "Stop. She just went, "Stop. You're making a fool of yourself." It's not even
Yeah, exactly.
right? Because I would go back to it tomorrow. I put my 3 earrings, my 3 little hoops back in. You know?
Hey, listen, it's all coming back.
Exactly.
And it's all coming back. Tell your wife that. Like right now.
Yeah, she don't. She thinks I'm an idiot. So yeah, yeah.
And I'll add one thing. My 10-year-old said he saw the pic the other day, and as we were celebrating my 48th birthday, and he turns to me, he goes, "Dad, you were once cool." And I was like, "Oh, you don't say that to me when I'm turning 48 today, because I'm trying to be cool for you as a 10-year-old." But he loved the pic, and I was like, you think your dad was cool back then. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Exactly. That's the best. Good stuff, my brother. The great Kevin Nagandi. We love you, buddy.
And I need to see those pics. I need your pics, so you got to post them.
All right. I got him somewhere. Yeah, I got him around somewhere.
Appreciate you guys.
You're the best, buddy. We love you. There he is. Kevin Nagandi, ABC, ESPN, hometown hero. Yeah, I wanted to wear him.
You wanted to bring him
recently.
back? That's
actually I was in Italy.
Oh, okay.
And because I took one of hers, I busted through the thing, and I go, "What do I wear?" She went, "Stop," like that. I think it's been so long. I think she was. I met her when I had him in back in the day.
Is that right?
Yeah.
When did you stop?
Well, that's funny. When I had him when I was a sports writer, because, because the guys would go, "Oh yeah, you were the dude for the earrings from New York."
Oh, there you go.
Because I had because I was working for the New York Post.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'm the Philly kid.
I'm the guy. Yeah.
But it, whatever. But that was back in the day.
I just put out a tweet on our midday account with the photo of Kevin Nagandi, if you want to see it. And then I asked the question, what trends you were a part of. So I'll read some answers. Because I had the long hair high school trend.
Oh, I could see you being that.
I had the locks, bro.
Yeah, you're a lettuce guy.
Flowing out of the baseball helmet.
Yeah, you got the lettuce. I could totally see you with the lettuce.
Yep.
610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's Cuz Ready with the Tuners hanging out from the Parks Sportsbook. Hey, spring training not just for baseball.
best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right. Welcome back. Cuz Radio Tunes from the Parks Madness. Tournament's back. A lot of fun all day today. Show flying by. Crazy. So you had the hair. I showed you the hair. You look good, Tunes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
A lot of lettuce there.
Yeah, it was the typical high school phase, growing out the hair.
Yeah.
Especially that time.
Yeah. My Anthony's got that now.
Does he? He's rocking the locks.
The big hair. Yeah, he's all.
Yeah, that was like a typical phase.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad had it at one point. I saw photos of him. I was like, oh, my God, I look just like you.
Yeah, we did the. Yeah, it's it is cyclical. I did the earrings, did the tattoos, all that stuff. My hair is like bushy.
Yeah.
So I can't grow it out. It grows high. It doesn't grow down.
By the way, I got to update you on this because we have the polls going for the Field of 64 game day snacks and meals. And the polls of the day brought to us by Marvin Cans Heating and Air Conditioning. Marvin Cans Heating and Air Conditioning is open and able to assist you with any emergency service and replacement needs, including installation of air scrubbers and other air quality products. Visit marvincans.com today. These can be found on the midday count. So we'll start with the pretzel, which you called it. It has not changed. 67% go with the pretzel.
Wow, the pretzel with a route.
And it's over. It is over.
Route.
But the pretzel dog versus cheesesteak nacho.
Yeah. Where are we at with that?
Still a half hour left to vote. The fifth-seeded pretzel dog in the lead, 55% to the 45% of the cheesesteak nacho.
It's a substantial.
Is that substantial?
55-45. You're talking about, a 10% spread.
What was the line set at?
I mean, anything under 10, I was giving it to. We'll make that the number. It's got to go over 10.
So if you're a cheesesteak nacho fan, 975 middays.
Right, or pretzel dog.
Yes.
You can find it. So, you understand about the cheesesteak nacho?
No, I don't, because if it tastes good, I like it.
Yeah, but but the sogginess.
You think too much, right? You think too much. It's like the art of the food. If it tastes good, I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to enjoy it. That's me, because I'm a garbage disposal. We know this. But I know I'm not alone with the cheesesteak nacho.
Right.
It's a popular item at a lot of sports bars, you name it.
Yeah.
Popular item. I used to get it all the time at the McFadden's at the ballpark before they closed. That was a go-to item for the Salchutis family.
Yeah, it's just a soggy chip.
Oh, you eat it quickly. You're not letting it sit for 6 hours.
Dude, you have to admit, the cheesesteak egg roll greater than the cheesesteak nacho.
Yeah, probably, especially with the spicy ketchup. I know you don't do the dip.
All right, I got to get rid of a few things here because we're like I want to be in the Sweet 16 by tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, we got one region, one side of the whole bracket is done. All right, but the other side we got a lot of work to do. So let me take this like this is a route: the cheese fry versus the stuffed mushroom.
Cheese fry.
Right, I don't need to go to a caller, right? Because
I like a stuffed mushroom, but
nobody not over a cheese fry, right?
Yeah, cheese fry.
All right. We got chili versus pot stickers, crab fry versus fruit salad.
Crab fry.
Is anybody going to take fruit salad?
Crab fry. The previous one though, what's the seating there? Because I go chili over pot sticker, but I'll destroy pot sticker.
No, that's going to be that's up for the people.
That's a poll. Okay.
Yeah, that's a poll.
Because the pot sticker is a tremendous item. I just love a chili.
That's a poll.
Okay.
All right.
And what seed is this? I'll put that up now.
So
because we have 1 hour left in the show.
All right. In the pizza region, here's what we got up for grabs: ribs versus potato chips. Dude, that's a tough one, dude.
It is tough because do you want to deal with the sauce all over your hands?
I underseeded the potato chips, but listen, I might even go. Listen, ribs are ridiculous, but I'm a once a quarter rib guy.
I love a rib though.
Once a quarter, once 4 times a year.
Yeah, I got you.
Right, I can't go ribs weekly. I mean, I guess I could, but I
You
just
wanted
don't.
to. It's a lot
I'll
of
tell
work,
you
the rib.
the most underrated item, and you can only get it out like when I used to travel to Texas or, Oklahoma, like that region.
Yeah.
Is the beef rib, Kansas City.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the pork rib here is ridiculous.
It's so good.
But the beef rib,
Yeah.
like in the cattle country, is sick.
It's awesome.
Right? Like that's a freaking unbelievable
So are
item.
we going pole as well? Ribs v. pea chips?
Yeah, so
but not the Lithuanian
No,
pea
right,
chips.
right.
All right, so what's this? Hold on. I got to what seeds are we here?
413.
413, the who's the 4? The chip?
13's the chip.
Wow. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah, I just need to fill some of these things I had to fill in.
All right, hold on.
You know what I mean?
I got to put this out.
And I tried to push my favorites down a little bit because I'm a potato chip man. I love potato chips.
4th seeded, where you'll go rack of ribs.
Yeah.
And then
Ribs, remember, yeah.
And then the
First-
13th seeded potato chip.
Yeah. And then I got the tomato pie versus the grilled cheese.
I like grilled cheese, but I'll respect the tomato pie. Tomato pie.
That's a
moves
611.
on. Yeah, tomato pie.
Well,
moves on.
no, you can't call that. That's for the people.
I know, but I would say,
That's your people. All right. And then let me see. Okay, now here's another one in the lower region. Poppers versus broccoli bites. Got to go popper.
Poppers
right?
moves on.
Nobody's going to take the broccoli bite, right?
No.
All right.
So what was the before the potato chip and rack of rib? What was that we talked about?
What do you mean?
It was another tight matchup.
The chili and the and the
so
pot
what
stickers.
seeds were that?
7-10.
7-10. Chili the
Yeah.
7?
Yeah. Correct.
All right. Chili, 10th seeded, pot sticker.
All right, and then the other games, and these are all up for grabs for polls. All right, and I'm going to give them to people too. All right.
Okay.
Chicken cutlet sandwich versus the mac and cheese bites.
All right, what do we got here? What's the
611?
Cutlet?
Yep.
11th seed, mac and cheese bite.
Yes. Now T. Will loves the broccoli bites.
Yeah, I like it too, but
You know.
I like it too, but I'm not going broccoli bite over popper.
Right. The egg roll, whether it's the cheesesteak egg roll, the buffalo chicken egg roll, or even the classic Chinese egg roll, which I love, versus the kebab
egg roll.
Well, I think that should be a people thing.
Who's having? Come on over for the game and have some kebabs, Bob.
I don't know. There was a lot of kebab love.
I like you. One person.
The guy called me up. I don't want to anti-kebab.
I'm sure there's somebody that goes, come on over for some ahi tuna and get in the game.
He was like, dude, you don't eat food on a stick? And I was like, you know what? You got a point.
Oh, do you want to go corn dog then? That's food on a stick.
Whatever.
You want to just do food on a stick?
Whatever you want. I mean, I'm down. Like, I'm not being a czar here, okay?
The kebab's not winning.
I think we should owe it to the people to let them vote.
Right. It's gonna be a wasted poll. What seeds are these?
That's a 314.
Oh, third seeded. What was the third seed?
The egg roll.
The egg roll, yeah.
Versus the kebab. Listen, again, I'm about fairness here because I got called out on the popcorn chicken. What was the popcorn chicken?
Pigs in a blanket.
Beat the pigs in a blanket, and I didn't like it. But our man, what was his name on Twitter? He was right.
Ketchums.
Ketchum.
He was angry.
But he was right. Ketchum was right. So I go, no, I want to make this ultra fair. And then finally, the last game, and then we'll go back to the phone lines. The quesadilla versus the onion dip.
Quesadilla sleeper in this tournament.
7th-seeded quesadilla.
They might have a nice run.
Versus the onion dip.
I love onion dip.
I know, you're a dipsman.
I'm a big
All
dipsman.
your dip has lost so far, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. All right, hold on. 7th-seeded queso, or quesadilla.
Yes.
That's going to win. But the onion dip's strong.
Jared, where's the spinach artichoke dip?
I love a spinach artichoke dip, but come on now.
Nah. Oh, that was up. That got lost early.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, remember, I put that in the veggie dip. That was a 16 seed and went down to pizza. No shot. Pizza rolled by 40 and covered. All right.
Covered.
Come
All
on,
right.
Jared. You can't take that Omaha. But poor Jared's from Omaha. Now, listen. Love Nebraska. I got lots of Nebraska people now. But, when it comes to food, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Philadelphia.
Now,
You don't know balls.
So I put out the tweet on the midday account about Kevin Nagandi and the earring.
Yes.
So we got some great tweets. Derek, you remember the Jersey Shore? That crazy show?
Yes.
He did the Pauly D hair.
Oh, yes. Yes.
E-Rock sends us a photo. It looks like it might have been a high school photo. The frosted tips.
Yes.
With the chain out. Daniel goes with the puka shell necklace.
I had the puka. I also had the frosted tips.
That's right. You did have. I remember seeing a photo of that.
I had the frosted tips. I had the puka beads. In fact, Toot still has the puka beads. He still might rock it now. The puka.
Kebab's just getting destroyed right now.
It's
90-10.
Wait.
Who was getting kebabs?
Wait, the best.
Who's going kebabs? Come over to the front of the game for some kebabs.
You want me to call it? Wait, Millie says, if I walk into somebody's house and they got kebabs for the game, I'm leaving.
I'm poking them with the poker.
You might as well have hot ham, too.
Enzo checks it. I would look at the person funny if I'm invited over for kebabs to watch the game. Yeah, who's getting kebabs?
I don't know, dude. I don't even know. Listen, what do I know about a kebab?
I like kebabs.
The guy mentioned kebabs.
Oh, let's come on over for the game. You think you're coming to the Parks Sportsbook and they got kebabs on the menu?
Dude, what do you think? I'm just throwing it out there because I'm not trying to be
It's a route.
You ridicule me as a czar cuz. And I'm trying to leave it open. All right. That's it.
Who did Alabama beat in the first round of the tournament?
Egg roll moves on.
Who did Alabama beat in the first round of the tournament?
Yeah,
Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. 96-75. Yeah, that's that kind of a beatdown.
All right. Well, you guys spoke. Egg roll moves on. So egg roll moves on to play the winner of the mac and cheese bites and the chicken cutlet sandwich.
Wow, these are no contests, actually.
Really? Who else we got?
All right, Matt, can you get the March Madness music going, please? As we check the scores, Brian Gumble here.
Dick Chun is here.
Dick Chun is here. Live from the CBS Sports Desk.
It's Dick Chunis.
Quesadilla, 78% to the 22% for the onion
big early.
dip.
This is halftime. I can't call it until the end of the show.
The egg roll running away with it, 89% right now. Kevin Cooney checks in. Really? Kebabs? Exactly. Nobody's doing kebabs.
Oh, everybody wants to mock the Bob. I mean, whatever. Can't mock the Bob.
The chicken cutlet over the mac and cheese bites, 77% to 23%.
It makes me feel good. I'm a chicken cutlet fan.
The chili, 66% over the 34% 10th seeded pot sticker. However, we do have a ball game going on down in Houston. The rack of ribs. Wow. Narrow lead over the potato chip. 52% to 48. The 13th seeded potato chip holding on strong.
Dude, that's strong, dude. Look at that. Wow, that's fabulous.
Now back to you.
All right, buddy.
That's Mr. Dick Chunis to you.
We will talk later on. We'll get an update. We'll move along the seeds. We'll talk to our people, too. Thank you, Dick Chunis. You're like Dick Stockton or Dick Chunis?
That's Mr. Chunis. Dick Chunis to you.
Yes. Who's that?
I don't know. Apparently me. I don't remember saying it.
Wow, you get your own drops.
Maddie's got the drops, man.
Look at that.
That means I made it, right?
I like it. Wow. T. Will says he would not go Popper over broccoli bites.
All right, good for you, T. Will. You're a healthy man.
I think that's a route. Who's going? T. Will, you're by yourself there. Nobody's going to go broccoli bite over the Popper.
Yeah, no.
The Popper is a freaking great item.
Popper.
I overseeded it because it was your love, the Popper. You're a Popper head.
I'm a Popper head.
But I do respect the Popper, and I can't turn down the Popper either. quite frank. I like a stuffed pepper anytime.
Damn right, man.
You know?
Yeah, it's delicious.
I even like the really good stuffed long hots with the sausage. You ever have that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Love the long hot. My
Dude,
mother-in-law makes a great long hot.
Dude, that's a fine item.
You ready for this
Yeah.
trend? Our man Slippin' Benny sends us. It's a tough photo to see with your lamps, but look at him as a kid with the mullet.
Yeah, it's a good mullet.
That's a great mullet.
Yeah, it's good mullet. Strong mullet right there, Slippin' Benny. Strong mullet. Oh, we're Sam from England today. I got it in for him. Euro qualifier today.
Yeah.
Team Italy versus Team England.
How about Team Lithuania?
Who you got?
Going up against Serbia at
Oh,
345.
the Serbs. Look at that.
They will not make it, but hey.
You don't know.
I know.
What's the line?
That's a good question.
What's the line for the squad?
Oh, that's a good question.
Come on, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for your squad, Lithuania. All right, that's pretty good.
I don't think it's gonna go well, but we'll see.
All right, well, let me know. England, Italy is a good one.
Serbia's minus 1,000.
Really?
Lithuania plus 2,200.
Wow,
200.
They're like
Ted Lasso.
Fairleigh Dickinson. They won outright. Remember we said go outright there?
Yeah, I wouldn't
Ted
go.
Lasso.
I wouldn't go outright on this one.
I don't know, dude. Again, that's a thing. All right, let me go to where we at. Let's get back to the phone lines. Dustin in the Northeast. Dustin, what's up, my brother?
How you feeling, brother?
What's happening, my man?
Seamus, my guy, how are you?
What's going on, brother?
Fellas, I was calling to talk about a couple moves I wanted to make for the Eagles, but dude, you guys got me on snack talk and food thought right now. If you guys don't mind writing these names down, let me know what you think. I want to talk about this because, dude, this bracket's great, and I would love to get a matchup from it. But the dudes that I would look for in free agency that are still available, what do you think about Leonard Fournette, Bobby Wagner, who's the other wide receiver, the linebacker that I had for you guys? Hold on. Miles Jack.
So Morrow's good.
Miles Jack.
Yeah.
What about Miles Jack?
I like Miles Jack. Here's the problem. I don't have a lot. Dean has to play. You know what I'm saying? The Kobe Dean has to play. Morrow, you got Morrow, and you're going to go two downs a lot in nickel. You're going to be in nickel and dime a lot. So, I'm with you on – it all depends on price, right?
Yeah, that's how I was looking at the price.
It's all about money. It's all about it's all about money. Like, I'd rather draft a linebacker than pay a guy. Listen, you're looking at names. Because I also need to get guys to play special teams.
Well, the reason I wanted a Bobby Wagner was I wanted somebody on that defense with that type of mentality that's been there before. You know what I mean? I feel like we're so young. But listen, cuz, I got a snack for you. Have you tried the Dorito barbecue chips yet?
No. Dorito barbecue?
Because they are the best chip out on the market right now. They're selling out wherever they're in a black bag. I'm telling you, dude, they usually have
barbecue Dorito.
Because it came out Super Bowl time. Best chip that's on the market. Everybody.
Have you had one, Tunis?
No, I have not.
Wow, dude, really? It's a hot chip, really? Is it? Now, what's the heat like? Is it? Because I'm a heat guy. Like one of the things I like about the Dorito is that I like the hot Dorito, like the spicy. Is this barbecue spicy or what?
When you're eating them, you're gonna need a drink. Like it's got to kick. I don't like spice. It's got to kick to them in the beginning, but then afterwards it leaves like that smoky barbecue. Dude, I'm telling you, they're most underrated chip. And nobody really knows about them because they just.
All right, I'll file that away.
I got them a shot, dude. They're
all right. I will file that away. All right, let me give you a game. Are you ready? Absolutely. The tomato pie versus the grilled cheese.
It's easy, dude. You got tomato pie with a little Romano cheese on top. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong.
You're going to go tomato pie over the grilled cheese. All right, buddy. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Dustin. We appreciate it. What do you
I
think?
love you guys. Take
You're
care.
the best, Dust. Thanks, buddy. What do you think of that, dude?
Yeah, I think that's the right way to go. I personally would select grilled cheese over tomato pie, but I respect the board and I respect the party. If I have people coming over to watch the game, tomato pie will be there. I'm not going to make a bunch of grilled cheeses for people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, there's some sandwiches around. I mean, again, I had to throw a lot of this stuff in there to fill it out.
I love this. We got a tweet from Bobby Cash. Look, the kebab is making a comeback. No, the egg rolls sat their starters. It is now 85% to 15%. I would say I think the egg rolls sat the starters.
The kebab.
And the kebab.
People, there's a lot of kebab hate, man.
It's just ridiculous to even put this in the conversation.
I don't know, dude. What do I know? Listen, I don't have a great kebab knowledge. I mean, maybe I'm missing out on something.
All right, hold on. Our friend Old Saint Nick checks in regarding the barbecue Dorito. Now, you would appreciate this.
Yes.
He says it's the equivalent of the honey barbecue spiral Frito.
I like that.
Which is a great item.
That is a great item.
So, okay, that's good to know.
That's a good item. I like that honey barbecue Frito.
Yeah, it's a strong
is a good vending machine item. If you're looking at it now, the spot. I like the hot. If I got to go junk, I like the hot junk.
Yeah, like we had the guy calling, and I love him. The Cheetos, the flaming hot Cheetos.
See, the only thing is, I'm not a Cheeto man.
Oh, I love a Cheeto.
Do you?
Yeah, man.
I can't do the Cheeto.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I love a Cheeto.
Yeah, it's not a good item. I would go puff over Cheeto. My mother was a big Cheeto.
The puffs are fun,
But I'm not a big cheese
Throw 'em at
curl.
people.
I'm not a big Cheeto.
Curl 'em.
I'm not. Like ultimately, I'm a chip man. Either a potato chip, once in a while dabble in a Dorito, but mostly a chip man.
I like the what do they call it? The blue bag with the guy on them. But they had the cheddar flavored and they had the hot flavored. You would probably would never eat them.
What, Dorito?
No, hold on.
What,
they were like considered fries.
Oh, well, the handicap hot fries?
Yes, yeah, dude, I love those
the handicap.
things.
Do you like the
Yeah,
handicap?
Oh my God, I used to eat them all the time.
The handicap hot fry was a big deal.
Yeah, they had them at the school.
That's
So
not
that was
a
snack that you could
but that's
purchase.
not an actual food item. There's no you're eating something that's not that's not food.
But they're so good.
With the
dude.
handicap hot fry.
I love the handicap.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Buy them at Walmart.
There's no way there's a potato in. Go see if there's real potato in the handicap hot fry.
I'll look it
Because
up.
I can't imagine any true potato. It's like potato substitute.
I'll look it up for you.
All right, let's look at this with the tour. I don't know what's better, the real tournament or this tournament. It's got a lot, man. 610-632.
There's some yellow cornmeal in there. Dried potatoes.
Dried potatoes.
Dried potatoes.
Yeah, that's like 3%, not even 0.3%. Let's talk about your car for a second. And look, these days, price is crazy. Everything's nuts. We got to make sure that we are taking care of our vehicles. So when it comes to car care, I want you to get to know Meineke, all right? Now, you probably heard of Meineke. Over 50 years of service and trust. Get to know Meineke, all right? They are fantastic. When it comes to your health of your vehicle and taking care of it, you got to go to Meineke. Right now, semi-synthetic oil change starting at $29.95. Full synthetic oil changes start at $59.95, up to 5 quarts, standard filter, plus disposal fees. Is your car's warning bell dinging, ding, 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 check engine light on? Oh, no. Listen, do yourself a favor. Just get it checked out your local Meineke. They specialize in that stuff. Something's up. You're hearing dings. You're seeing lights. You're feeling off, right? You go to your local Meineke, and right now, save $10 when you spend $50. Save $20 when you spend $150. Save $50 when you spend $400 or more at your local Meineke. And right now, special with your brakes, something's up with your brakes, 50% off brake pads and shoes at your local Meineke Car Care Center. All right, get to know Meineke, all locally owned and operated at Meineke.com. Meineke for tires and brakes and batteries and exhaust. Meineke doing car care right.
Sports Update.
Sixers back in the win column. Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by DBHIDS. When someone gets hurt, we know who to call, but what about a mental health crisis? The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline offers free confidential support around the clock. Don't hesitate. Call 988. Sixers were in Chicago last night. They beat the Bulls 116-91. Revenge factor after they lost to the Bulls in Philadelphia a few nights before. D'Anthony Melton, your leading scorer, 25 points. Tyrese Maxey with 21. Tobias Harris, 20 points, 9 boards, 8 assists. No James Harden. He was out because of an Achilles injury. Joel Embiid left the game at halftime with a calf injury. Doc Rivers said after the game that he doesn't think it's anything serious and he expects him to play the next game. They took him out because of the lead, but we will keep you up to date on any of the latest news surrounding Joel Embiid. Flyers in action tonight against the Wild. Puck drop at 6:30. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic. Keep it locked here on The Fanatic for all latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here, and I want to tell you about a great family event that's really near and dear to my heart. Aussies for Autism Food Festival, hosted by G'day Gourmet, featuring Jordan Mailata. Saturday, April 22nd, from noon to 6 p.m. at the Lighthouse Sports Complex. That's at 101 East Erie Avenue in Philadelphia. They're going to have food trucks, carnival games, bouncy houses, live music, and a lot of fun for a lot of great families. Jordan Mailata and Landon Dickerson are going to be there, and don't miss the official Australian meat pie eating contest presented by G'day Gourmet. Proceeds benefit Kids Coalition and support local children with autism and families in need. Kids 12 and under, they get in free, and for others, the tickets are only $10. You can get your tickets now at AussiesForAutism.com. That's AussiesForAutism.com.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 4/4/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Dr. Rick here. With another telltale sign you're turning into your parents. Getting particular about your drive-thru order.
Don't pull away yet. I like to check the bag because one time they forgot to give me extra ketchup.
People are waiting.
I'm only seeing 4 nuggets. Wait, nope, there's 5.
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
March Mania is here. Looking for a place to catch all the college hoops?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so
That's a shame.
that sucks.
Reese.
It's a big part of your lineup.
I know,
man.
that's a shame,
You're right. I
dude.
know. Look, a lot of people want to do away with him. This is his final year, more than likely, right? But
no, I
that
know
sucks.
it's a shame, man. I mean, he grabbed it right away. It looked like it just
yeah, he
popped.
knew. So that hop was him hopping in
Yeah.
pain. You could see him tweak it.
No good. No good. All right, let's go to Chris. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Chris.
Cuz, tell your boy Teddy, my step-grandchildren live right there in Glenside. They're animal lovers. They're 11 years old.
Oh, good. Maybe they see Teddy the
I'll
Tuxedo.
put the word out for them. Yeah, because
Thank
I
you,
had a little
Chris.
black cat my whole life, and I had to put
Yeah,
her
we
down
love
last year.
our pets. Come on, you know that.
Yeah,
You know?
it was an
It's a
outdoor
shame.
cat, man.
You got the
Here's
outdoor
what I
cat,
want-
huh?
Yeah, I let her out.
He was like an
Listen,
alley
come
cat
back.
like you.
Yeah, come through the dunes in Brigantine. I could see her hopping through the dunes coming back to me.
There you
up
go.
on the deck. She was awesome. She was a great. I had her all over Wisconsin, outside, all over. Because here, I wanted to know why you didn't have the Italian sausage against the pulled pork. Because that would
you
have
know
been
what?
a good matchup.
Yeah,
that would have been a close one. That's like
Yeah.
Arkansas, Connecticut tonight. Physical, that would have been.
Yeah,
Physical.
what'd you say? The pork? We got the roast pork.
Pulled
isn't it?
pork.
No pulled pork. We got roast
I
pork.
love a pulled pork.
There you go. I
We
like
went
my
to
man
roast
right
pork.
there.
Is that? But pulled pork's not a sports game viewing.
Oh, it's at every bar.
Yeah. Come on, man. Pulled pork's heavy. What's my boy on Del
The
Rad?
roast pork is superior
Like
pork. How much pork you gonna have?
Yeah, that's all right, cuz that's a physical game right there.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm out. I go
You know,
sausage
all
all
right.
day.
All right, here's another idea, cuz why don't you have a driveway shootout three-point contest? Let your listeners, their basketball driveways, send you a picture, and then you get like a celebrity, a college kid or somebody else, do a charity tournament, going around to the driveways trying to beat one of the guys in three-point shooting. You know what I mean? You know how all these people have their driveways? Because you know what happened in Wisconsin? When
What
I
happened?
got there,
I
there
got
were
it. We
no
all got the
basketball
driveway
courts.
basket. Yeah.
Yeah, there were no baskets in the driveways. When Michael Jordan started winning in Chicago, now everybody has driveway baskets out there. Everybody. So I thought of that idea out there. You should put that together. Ace will help you with that. Me and Ace will both help you with that. That's for sure.
I like the idea. It's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. So I throw some
I
ideas.
like
out
the
there.
idea. I like the idea. I'm always in on a something like that's fun.
Yeah.
They did that in
3
Wisconsin?
pointers. Yeah, they did that in Wisconsin with the college because Bo Ryan was there.
Well, Bo Ryan's
So,
from Philadelphia.
and I did high school sports out there. I covered
Okay.
Friday night basketball and Friday night hockey.
That's
on,
nice.
out
Well,
in
you did
West
hockey
Madison.
and hoops. All right.
Yeah, I did both. And football. I did it all
like it.
out there.
I like it. I like that a lot. That's
yeah,
good
all
spot.
right. Think about that.
All
cuz.
right. You're the man.
All right, buddy. You guys
Thanks,
have
brother.
a good day, and I'll find that cat. They're going to come home from school. I'm going to send them right out.
Oh, good. Thanks, buddy. That's
All right,
nice.
because they're right there
Hopefully.
by the train
You got to
station,
say a prayer to St. Anthony. St.
I will.
Anthony,
I
fine
will,
stuff.
guys.
All right?
You will.
So we got for
All right,
Brendan.
buddy.
It's a sin. All right, buddy.
I will. We'll
See you,
find
brother.
it.
You're the man.
Bye-bye.
Chi Will says the pulled pork is the new king. No way pulled pork's over roast pork.
I wonder if he means like as a go-to item for a lot of people. So I had this conversation. You were
don't
out.
give me this.
You were out one day. No, not the pulled pork.
What?
I had a conversation with somebody recently. It might have been the bro. I think it was when you were making the drive out to Arizona.
Yes.
Because somebody mentioned brisket, and I love a brisket. Don't get me wrong. But the brisket has kind of become the IPA. There's a new IPA, new brewery every day.
What, the brisket?
Everybody's got to try this new brisket sandwich. Convenience stores have it now.
Now, is that the
restaurants? I got a brisket. I'm gonna make it. You want to come over? Like, it's the brisket's the new IPA.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's the new
I'll be honest
trend
with
in
you.
the food
Can I
and,
be
and
honest
drink
with you?
industry.
The pulled pork, the brisket, I'd rather have, if you're going to go beef, I'd rather have
a steak.
Well, I'd much rather have steak sandwich, but even a roast beef. Like, I
love
thought
a
about a
roast
roast beef, but I'm heavy with beef.
I love a roast beef.
But like a Nick's roast beef.
Love a Nick's roast beef.
Any of those,
yeah.
like those roast beef sandwiches, hot roast beef.
I usually always have the deli roast beef at the house.
Or, my point is the roast pork is better than the pulled pork.
Depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Oh, dude.
I love a pulled pork sandwich. I love it.
Why? Over roast pork?
Because it's good.
Over roast
Because
pork.
I like it.
Have you had a good roast pork sandwich?
I get the roast pork sandwich at the Reading Terminal Market.
Okay.
Dude, it's awesome.
Okay,
but I might want something different every other day.
But again, we're just talking about a one-on-one matchup. I'm not talking about it's bad all the time.
Yeah, then I'll go roast pork. But,
okay, that's
but you,
the point.
you say
no,
like,
but see, Will's acting like pulled pork should be over roast pork. He's out of his mind. Like that roast pork sandwich is superior.
it is superior
to whatever pulled pork
yes,
you got.
I agree. By
Go
the way,
pull your own pork.
By the way,
T. Will.
T. Will agrees that the brisket has become the IPA. I was on to something that day.
Really?
Yeah, because it's everywhere. You go anywhere, there's brisket something now. Just like you go anywhere, the IPA.
See, I'm not, and I'm not the biggest. Barbecue's a bit of a hole in my game.
Yes, it is.
All right, so like if I'm going to go brisket, I'd rather have like another beef item besides the because it's just barbecue, right? Is that what it is? The barbecue brisket is barbecue beef.
Yeah, yeah, they do, and they do brisket everything: nachos, tacos, brisket this, brisket that.
Yeah, I know. Like in Texas, is a big deal. Whatever. They're big brisket folk. Hoskins was carted off too, cause no good.
Nah, he's probably done for the season.
Yeah, it's a shame,
and that sucks.
He's
gonna get. This is his last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now that's a big piece. Can I just say it real quick? Because all the people that don't like Reese Hoskins, and look, I'm somebody that's been wanting to trade him for the last couple of years.
I'm depressed now.
But now that I have the rotation that I want, I don't need to do that. That's a big part of your lineup that's now gone.
Right-handed power.
Right, that's gone. That's 40 bombs gone.
By the way, you know what else it forces? It forces
Castellanos to have a big year, yeah.
So let me throw this idea at you too.
It's a big
Now
loss.
this is insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But it's worth throwing out there, especially now. So as the year goes on, there's going to be a big name that gets moved.
Yes.
A monster name. And that's Ohtani. Okay? Because I don't think he's re-signing with the Angels. I hear everybody I talk to in baseball is telling me the Dodgers are going to land Ohtani.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay?
Yeah.
That they've put aside a lot of payroll to do this. Now, this would be insane, and it's greedy to ask for. However, if Ohtani is moved, say the Angels are having a horrible year,
per usual,
and Ohtani is moved, where am I going?
You're going Painter's out.
No, but where am I going? Who am I trying to get?
Oh, okay. Trout.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I still would.
Well, listen, it's another huge contract for John Middleton.
Mr. Middleton.
Okay.
Mr. Moneybags.
But let me just say this. Don't you got a vibe that Trout's going to come home at some point?
I do. But I also have that thought in the back of my mind, like maybe he doesn't want to play here.
I don't know why you'd say that, but, I mean, it's never really come
about. He built the house here, so he still spends time,
and he does a lot for the community.
Yeah,
I'm a huge Trout fan.
Yeah,
I love
me
the
too.
guy.
I mean,
right?
people were crushed him for striking out against Ohtani.
Listen, Ohtani's ridiculous. I love my Trout. So my point to you is, if things go south with the Angels. You got no reason. You need another right-handed bat. I mean,
yeah, I would do it. I would.
I'm just throwing it out there.
He's a hell of a ball player, man.
I'm just throwing it out there.
It's going to take a lot of stuff to get him.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to Andrew Painter.
I know. Just throwing it out there. And listen, am I being greedy and overwrought? Yeah. Harper Like, can you imagine a team with Harper, Trout, and Turner? I mean, you know, it's an all-star team. We're the Yankees.
Yes.
But, you know, I'm just saying. Just saying.
Look, and if you're the Angels, it's not working. Start over. How many years does he still have left on that contract?
You know.
Let's see. Mike Trout is how long? Because I know people still think that he might sign here one day when this contract's up. That contract goes until 2031. He'll be
2031.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, they're gonna move out of it. You know,
yeah, at some point
they're gonna move out of it.
Plus, you could do it. Thankfully, to Bryce Harper's great contract, the $25 million a year.
Right.
And then Trout's still here when Castellanos is off the books.
Right.
Maybe he's in the deal for all we know.
Just saying. I mean, it's just interesting to think about. It's horrible, and it's terrible. The Reese injury, but I thought about this before.
Yeah, man, he's done. That sucks.
Carter, that's a big right-handed bat that we're going to be without,
40
man.
bombs. He just lost. Hot or cold streaks. Doesn't matter. It's a big loss, man.
No, I know. That's a shame. Where we at? Nikki, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nikki.
Gentlemen.
Hi, Nikki.
Listen, you guys know I'm not a big Reese 5-hole fan, but that's depressing.
It is.
That's it.
That's a big right-handed bat out of your lineup.
And you're bumping people up. And, my boy Nicky Cass, I got a lot of confidence in him, but
right.
Now you're bumping up a slot, and if he starts cold, let me tell you something. You know how these fans are. Now that Reese 5-hole's not there, they're going to get on him. They're going to get on him.
Well, listen. The only power you got is from the right side is Nick and JT.
Oh yeah.
From the right side.
Right.
Now, obviously, Turner's up top.
Yeah.
But as far as middle of the order right-handed bats,
and Bohm's like a 1.5 now power hitter, right?
Well, you're going to need. Listen, he's shown you pop in the spring, and you need to get more pop out of Bohm. But again, those right-handed, big bomb guys.
Important.
Reese is a big
and
bomb
it balances.
guy.
Yeah, plus it balances the lefty. Like you have.
Yeah.
You don't just need a right-handed bat between the lefties. You need a serious right-handed bat between the lefties.
Right.
Now, I'm literally at, I think I'm almost at Broomall right now. So tell Brandon, I know he's in Montgomery County, but there's a Facebook website called Lost Pets of Delco or Delaware County, and they delve into Monco a little bit in that area to post a picture, and they're real helpful. We lost our cat twice, or one cat twice. She was out for a cat. And whenever the one time she popped the screen out, and the other time the screen door didn't shut, and she kind of nudged through and went out. But we got her back. So, let me say something about youth sports. So you were talking about Anthony and football, and he's just kind of changed kid playing football. And I'll say this: of all the sports, football is the best sport for team unity, and this is why. Basketball at a young age, there's one ball, and the players can drift anywhere they want around the court, and they're always, I want the ball, give me the ball, and they shoot the ball up, and they run around like maniacs. Soccer's the same way early on. There's one ball, and all 22 players migrate to the ball, like a hermitage. Like they all go to one area. Same with like baseball, you're just out there lost, okay? You're not socially interacting. You're lost in the right field. You're in left field. You might not get both. Football, every play, everybody stops. They go to the huddle, and then every play, like Anthony's playing center or left tackle or left guard. Guess what? His job is focused on the man in front of him. Doesn't matter where the football is. His eyes don't wander. He doesn't migrate to the football. If you're playing defensive tackle or if you're playing DB, your job is to watch the wide receiver. You don't care where the football is, and it's the only organized sport where every single player on the field has a job to do, and it doesn't matter where the football is initially. And it has more structure, and that structure builds it builds, character in young kids because they're not running around on a soccer field going, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, and they're not learning anything. They're just yelling and screaming, looking for the ball. So that's the biggest positive from football is that it's so structured and you can coach the coach. Like your basketball team, you're like, stop asking for the ball, stop pouting, go rebound, and they don't care about that. Like once they tip off the ball and they're running up and down, up and down, up and down, they don't care. The center doesn't care that he's got to be in the paint because they're chasing the ball.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's a brilliant. I think you're spot on, brother.
Yep. So that's it. I played it. I played soccer. Look, I was a goalie in soccer. So guess what? I had one position. But guess what? When we were playing bad teams, I used to drift out. I wanted them to kick the ball back to me so I could, dribble a little bit and beat.
I guess
somebody.
so.
And,
Yes.
Yeah. Right? In football, you can't do that. You're a left tackle, man. Dude, you got a dude. He's trying to get to the quarterback. You got to stop him. You don't look around and go, oh, I'm going to drift and try to catch a pass. You're not allowed to.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, I think that's. No, I think you're spot on, brother.
Great show, man. Come on, Teddy Tuxedo, man. Let's get home. All right? Everybody help Brandon out. We want Tuxedo Boy to get home, all right?
I'm with you. Good stuff.
Peace,
Thanks,
fellas.
Nicky. See you, buddy. David, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Dave.
Hey, can you hear me?
I got you, Davey. How you doing, buddy?
All right. Hey, I was just wondering, you guys were talking about Shohei Ohtani. I was wondering if Jesus Christ said, hey, you could have a baby, but you got to pick Shohei Ohtani or Bryce Harper. Which genetic would you pull?
I mean, right now, Ohtani is a pitcher and a hitter, so you have to go Ohtani.
He's going to make $600 million.
I mean, Ohtani comes in and throwing he's Babe Ruth, modern day Babe Ruth.
True. Just wondering. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's stupid. I mean, what's a stupid question? Like, why would you call for that?
No, he's just curious.
I think it's a stupid question.
I'd say Ohtani.
Yeah.
Harper pitched in high school.
Yeah. Ohtani throws 95.
102.
Well, on a reg. By the way, Charlie, we had this whole conversation about the gun and how the gun is like bogus. How the gun is now bogus.
Yeah.
What it really sits at when it crosses the plate.
Right.
We had this whole idea. All right, I need updates. Any updates?
Oh, all right. Give me the March Madness music there, Maddie. Thank you. On the midday count, 975 middays. We'll do this quickly. Quesadilla rolls over the onion dip. Egg roll, not even close. Kebabs go down. Chicken cutlet moves on over the mac and cheese bites. Chili moves on against the pot sticker. And it's a tight one. 8 minutes left. You could probably call it. The rack of ribs, 53% to the potato chip, 47%.
That's too close. We got to finish that tomorrow.
What do you mean finish it? There's 8 minutes left in the poll.
Yeah. Well, you might have to go to the people poll. All right? That's a key item.
You're rooting for the upside.
I am rooting for the upside here. The quesadilla. That's a pretty strong item right there. And the cutlet moved on, huh?
Yep. That's it.
All right.
Show's done.
Oh, it is? All right. That sucks. All right. Listen, everybody. We love you guys. Hang tight, man. Be safe. And we'll see you in the morning.